Welcome to the Bobby Kudo Show, where we dive into the fascinating world of human experiences and excellence. With special guests, real-life anecdotes, and thought-provoking discussions. Get ready to unlock and tap into your absolute potential with your host, manifestation coach, Bobby Kudo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 78 of the Bobby Kudo Show. My two guests, Mr. Gary Cabral to my right. Welcome to the show, buddy.
How's everyone doing?
And David Sousa.
How you doing?
How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the show.
Good to see you, man.
So listen, real quick, we kind of last minute talk about some of the up and happenings that we're currently dealing with, the State of the Union, realizing that I don't think people realize the effect that Trump was going to have on the country. And it just seems like it's we're at a point now where the government is struggling to operate in any sense of normalcy. Right? Is that fair to say? Is that a fair assessment? Like they're literally they're off the deep end. They're calling for riots. They want riots in the streets for the closure of the USAID.
The irony of government, you know what I mean?
Right. Right.
It's I think it's working according to plan.
Just some perspective, right?
Yeah.
Like I was thinking about this today, and I'm like, how could I explain this to the audience? Like if I wanted to explain the situation to the audience, and this is the way I came up with. So I own a bank.
Yeah.
Right. And somebody robs my bank. And Gary, you work at my bank. You're head of security, and you come to me, and you're like, Bobby, I have the footage. I have the video of the people who robbed your bank. And I look at Gary, and I start screaming and yelling at you for giving me the information.
Okay.
Yeah, that's insane to me.
Because that's what Elon Musk is doing. Elon Musk is exposing, and they're screaming and yelling at him.
Yeah, but I'll put it a different way.
Fact, he's exposing them.
Right. But
if you're
yes.
if you're the bank owner,
yes.
and you were an honest bank owner, and then I expose it, and you're
Yes.
yelling at me because
Yes.
you don't want things to trace back to you.
Correct.
So exactly what I'm saying. It's
Right.
going according to plan.
It just goes
as
to
it
show
should be.
you.
Right.
It's what we voted. Well, I and many others have voted for.
Yeah.
Because and many people are tired of that, and that's why this is the result of what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And what did you think was going to happen?
Right.
We have such an opportunity, though. Like, I don't think we would ever have a president, at least not in our time.
No, we didn't.
Right? That would do what he's doing in today's world. Right? He's exposing everything, or as much as he could. Right? He is showing the American transparency, something that we're not used to.
Right.
And I think that's a scary thing. I'm not going to lie. There was at one point that I was looking at this, and I'm like, we're only not even a month in.
Yeah.
This is the shortest amount of time we've seen a president do something. We're in, 20 days? Maybe something like that. Not even, less than that. And the amount of garbage that's been exposed since then. And there was even a moment where I sat there and I'm like, well, maybe he's moving too fast. I got a little concerned. Because you're disrupting something, right, that I think sometimes could be a little sensitive, right? And to certain people.
I see your point.
You know what I'm saying?
I see where you're going
and I think sometimes when there's things moving way too fast, because we're not used to this. We're not used to this quick moving.
We're not used to government actually working.
We're actually not used to seeing results.
Every damn day getting up and getting results. Yeah, we're not used to that.
We're not used to seeing this.
I think we're just coddled to see this is how it goes, and keep them happy.
Well, it's so broken. It's used to, you know what?
It's broken. Yeah, it's gotten to the point where they were. I think they were so used to.
You could walk by and see a pile of shit on the floor. Like you go to work, right? You go in the same door every day, and there's a pile of shit on the floor. The first day you get to work, you're like, oh, wow, somebody let their dog shit in front of the door. That sucks.
Yeah.
Day 2, you're like, oh, wow, the shit's still there. Nobody picked up the shit.
Yeah.
By day 3, you don't even see the shit anymore. It's there, but you walk right by it.
Right.
And I think that's what happened with the government. It became so normal to be so broken that we never thought there was enough money. Like, we accepted the fact that our veterans are sleeping in the streets because there isn't enough money to help them. Sure. Like, Tunnels for Towers, right? There's an organization that builds homes for, like, none of that should even exist. There should be no need for Tunnels for Towers. No. No offense to the hard work that they do, but I'm saying there's enough money. If you're sending $50 million to the Gaza Strip for condoms, then those $50 million could take care of how many troops for the rest of their lives? Pick 50 of them and give them each $1 million. Yeah. They're all set for the rest of their lives.
But we all know why.
And that's a small number. That's a small number. Yeah, and you're never going to see that happen.
Yeah, because someone else is gaining from that.
Correct.
When the government writes, aid gets a check gets sent
We're
out.
going to
to
give
somebody.
you 50.
Someone's going to get
and you pay,
someone's
and you
gonna
give me
come
back
Are
10.
you guys
Yeah.
surprised
Or you're
that
gonna- you know,
there
we're
isn't
gonna get
more
something
outrage? Are you surprised that there isn't more outrage?
because we're still comfortable. But I think that's when
Outrage? I'm shocked that there's people
Yeah. Protesting on the
protesting
other.
against it.
Well, those are the ones that are worried about it.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
shock for me.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
listen? If the politicians are coming forward,
It's the Ayanna
right?
Presleys of the world.
You know what? I'm not surprised, right? That the Democrats.
AOC.
Yeah, I'm not surprised because they all have some sort of. I'm sure
it was their MO.
It's the
It was
people.
their method of
It's their
getting
piggy
things
bank.
done.
Dude, it's their piggy
Yeah.
bank.
It's the
their piggy
people
bank.
who still support them
Or have something
that
to
is
gain from that.
surprising me. Like the everyday voter, the everyday Democrat that goes to work just like us, who votes blue all the time because they have their reasonings, which is perfectly fine. But the fact you can go against your party, in other words,
You're supposed
I'm
to.
very critical of my party.
You should be.
I'm very critical. Okay, if they screw up, okay,
You should make it.
that's
okay.
that's a reflection off of me as their voter, and I don't like that. Don't make me look like a fool. So the moment you do, I'm going to call your ass out.
Yeah.
And that's not calling out the party itself. It's calling out the individual.
Well, it should be.
And the
individual.
problem is that you're not seeing any of these Democrats coming forward,
Right,
saying,
right.
"Hey, you know what? I may not like Trump. I may not like him for this reason, whatever.
Yeah.
But he's exposed a corruption within my party, and I'm happy that he did that.
Yeah.
There's none of that.
Did you hear that? Did you have that audio from Elon Musk making the phone call to the USAID? Did you hear that phone call?
No, I did not.
I have it. I have
you
it.
play
I'm
it?
going to play it.
Please
Yeah,
play
check
it.
this out. Check this out.
This is Last Grossman. Who is this?
This is Flaming Dragon!
Oh, okay. Flaming Dragon. Fuckface. First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face! Now, I don't know what kind of pan-Pacific bullshit power play you're trying to pull here, but Asia Jack is my territory. So whatever you're thinking, you better think again. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to head down there, and I will rain down an ungodly fucking firestorm upon you. You're gonna have to call the fucking United Nations and get a fucking binding resolution to keep me from fucking destroying you. I am talking scorched earth, motherfucker. I will massacre you. I will fuck you up! Did you find out who that was? Yeah. Go.
Find out who that was. I
There you
feel
go.
like
There you
listen. I feel like that's
necessary.
very accurate,
Yes,
and I feel
yes.
like this is a very accurate
Yes.
thing. Is he saying the way that he's saying it? Possibly, because I'll be honest with you, because we know Elon doesn't have a filter.
You know-
He's going to say,
No, but he's professional.
But he's
I mean, he owns
professional.
multiple businesses.
He's
He knows how to
professional.
control
He
it.
will.
The liberal and conservative parties went absolutely apeshit.
Yeah.
When Donald Trump announced that we were going to take over the Gaza Strip.
Hey, that was
They
fun.
people like it exploded. Like everybody exploded. But the reality of it is like you got to see past it. Like Donald Trump, you know what I like? I like to call this the brain tumor effect. Ready? So, an 18-year-old, right, just got their license.
Yeah.
And the parents let them take the Volvo out. And they're driving down the road and they hit a pylon. They scratch the whole side of the car.
Yeah.
Right. So they come home and they're like, "Mom, Dad, I have some really bad news."
Done
"What is
that a
it?"
few times.
I have a brain tumor. What? Yeah, I have a brain tumor. I get 6 months to live. Oh my God, this is terrible. No, I'm only kidding. I smashed the car. Right. So by doing so, you create right. The tumor was now the accident doesn't seem so bad. Right.
Yeah,
So here's Donald Trump saying, "Hey, we're going to take over the Gaza Strip." So Jordan, all those nations over there, they're like, "Hey, wait a minute," because they already went to them and said, "Hey, you guys, you're going to take the Palestinians? Like, you guys are going to help in this? Like, this is all your area." And they're all like, "Nope, we want no part of
Egypt
it."
today.
So,
Egypt
but
today
now
was like,
that's exactly.
yeah.
But now Donald Trump's like, "Well, if you guys don't take it, then I'm going to take it." And now they're all like, "Well,
That's what I'm thinking.
So that's
Put a fire under their
it
ass
is.
and do something about it now.
It's that effect. So you come up here with this,
Yeah.
where the United States is going. His words were the United States is taking over Gaza. Dude, there was a smile on his face, like he knew exactly what he was
He
doing.
knows what to say,
Dude.
to make people react.
4D.
Also,
Motherfuckers playing
what
4D
people
chess.
think- Yeah,
It's
exactly.
brilliant.
4D
It's brilliant.
chess, yeah.
And
Brilliant.
the thing is also too with these tariffs, right? The left, right? All day long. What are they trying to like put out there? They're trying to tell people, listen, the tariffs. The whole point of the tariffs.
Gonna make your avocado $100.
Yeah,
You can't buy
Hey,
corn
so
no
let me
more.
tell you something. If that fucking avocado is $100, becomes $100.
buying
You
it.
know what? You know what? Fine, whatever. Let the fucking avocado be $100.
none of it-
But if that makes the fucking company
Dude,
that sells and grows the fucking avocado,
yes.
and you make that company that used to be American
Yeah,
come back,
Yes.
then the tariffs did exactly
Yes.
what they were supposed to do.
Yes.
And
yes.
that is the plan.
Yes.
See,
Ford's
this is
coming
what-
back.
This is what they don't get.
Ford's coming back.
He's playing chess and everybody's playing checkers.
Right.
Right?
And then all these liberal, On the opposite side, they're not used to this. They don't know it.
They don't get it.
And they don't get it. And also, they're also masters at the constant manipulation. Now, remember, these people who love AOC and hate Trump, do you think they're watching the news? Do you think what they're watching has told them about, what they divulged from they probably still haven't a fucking clue that there was so much money going in for this because they try to keep that away. And they don't have they know how to message things they want, but they don't have nothing for anybody to grasp to anymore. Because everybody sees things aren't working out well. I want it, and then they see it was you were involved. It was your fault, and you were in charge for 14 years, and you did it, and we got nowhere. And then we see, people aren't initially stupid. They seen them try to knock him down with more than any other politicians that I've seen in my life.
Of course.
So now
they
say,
put him in jail, dude.
Yeah. Twice,
Dude,
try to kill him twice,
Dude,
three times,
and then annihilate
Third.
everybody,
You keep forgetting
family,
about that
all
third.
this. So now they're out of decisions. They're out of cards. The cards are played out, and now it's getting the cards are getting flipped, and they're getting they're getting shown, and now they're worried, and they're going to keep on to that message or change every little other thing to hold on. But the more Trump does this. I think the Democratic Party won't be in power for quite a number of years.
Of course.
This could happen like 3 decades.
Dude, they're not doing any better, dude. They're not doing anything to change anybody's mind. Check this out. This is Ford.
We're investing $4.5 billion in new electric vehicles, 13 of them, within the next 5 years. And today, we're sharing details about 7 of these electrified vehicles. A $700 million investment and 700 new U.S. jobs, resulting in the transformation of this plant into one of the world's most flexible and high-tech manufacturing centers. And our effort, of course, to fully utilize the capacity at existing facilities have prompted us, obviously, to invest in Flat Rock's expansion and to cancel building a new plant in Mexico.
That's huge, dude.
Well, wasn't this?
And those are direct results of tariffs.
Yes.
Yes. Incentivize these companies to build here in the United States of America.
There's also something to go along with that. Economically wise, you're paying people overseas cheap money because we can buy your equipment affordable.
Sure.
So you build it here, you ain't gonna get a guy in an assembly line for $12 an hour. No. You're gonna get this guy for $95 an hour. And your stuff will be more money.
Sure.
Should it be more quality? Yeah. So they're gonna have to build that. Did you notice somebody said 700 jobs? Mm-hmm. He said 700 million vehicles.
700 U.S. jobs.
Yeah, it's only 700 jobs. Now, this is the Ford factory. Yeah. Okay? They're going to build cars for EV, only 700 jobs. When you think about the scale of that,
automation.
It's all going to be automated.
Automation.
Exactly. So a lot of these jobs that are going to come back, they're all going to be automated. Now, I still see...
Which I still think it's still a plus,
legit. Well, because you need IT. You need IT people. People still have to maintain the equipment that builds the vehicle.
I think we've shifted, right?
There's still...
I think
I get it, but it's just the plan alone. It's only 7. Not to say it's not bad. And every job is a good job. Well, a new job to help somebody build a family is a good job. Yeah. But
and do you
it's
think
only $700.
Do you think it's going to be that kind of an income? Would be like that high?
If you look up the Union Auto Workers Union,
ridiculous.
That's ridiculous, and that's somewhat of a byproduct of the Democrat Party.
Yeah. Yes,
they unionize.
Well, they've always been union. That's why your American vehicle costs so much money.
Yeah, 100%.
The union literally.
They're not worth that kind of money.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's just be honest, right?
Right.
It's funny you say because we're on the conversation of technology, right? Mm-hmm. And this stuff. I was thinking about our infrastructure, right? And you look at it now. We're the U.S. We're considered the most powerful country in the world and all that. That's what we keep telling ourselves, right?
We're the beacon on the hill,
but we're not, right?
Certain aspects,
we were, in certain aspects we were, and I think that's always
what
been.
What makes you say that we're not?
Well, look at our infrastructure, right? Mm-hmm. Look at our grid. Yep. Look at we've done nothing to invest in ourselves.
Yes.
Here.
Yes, I agree.
All we've been doing is sending our money overseas.
Because that's been the
companies.
Plan.
Somebody's making money.
Yeah, our companies have gone overseas. China under Clinton was there. I forgot the name of the program that was put under him, which we saw companies like Quaker Fabric and all those.
They all went overseas. Yeah.
They all went overseas.
That was called NAFTA.
NAFTA. Yeah. It's cheaper to make it overseas to pay their workers a low income, whatever they pay there. They're there 16, 17, 18
And
hours a
that's
day
great
working.
and that's a great segue because China.
Think about it.
Did you know?
They're one of the most technologically
Yes,
advanced countries
yes.
in the world.
Yes. Did you
Their
know?
trains are way better. We just have the train put in front of it,
Well,
right?
they
Yeah,
just-
but their trains, they
Yeah, that's
follow
different, dude.
Europe.
Yeah, it's
It's-
different.
they are
It's
they're
so
kind of-
different. We don't have those things.
They just
But
built
if we
one
did
of
it-
the,
New York looks
largest
like shit.
bridge.
But if we did it,
didn't
we
they just
wouldn't
build the
use it.
largest bridge in the world?
We wouldn't use it.
We would. I don't know. I don't know
There's
because
cultural differences where if you put a great, I mean, unless that thing's going from here to Las Vegas,
Dude, look
in,
at-
in 18 hours.
Gary, do you think
you're
that's
not
market
gonna-
driven?
Huh?
Do you think that's market
No,
driven?
the American people love their cars. They love their freedom of going out.
No,
there.
no.
100%.
No, but I'm saying
Everything's market driven.
No, I understand that, but let me get a little more specific. When I say market-driven, I mean in the sense that like they don't go from the iPhone 16 to the iPhone 20. Like everything is a slow progression,
sure.
which drives the market. Because if Apple built the Infinity phone that no one ever had to buy again, that they go out of business, right? So I'm saying, like, do you see what I'm saying? Do you see the concept that I'm going with here? Like,
I know you say
is that
build it the best, and you'll never have to build it the best, and then you'll have nothing to sell again.
right?
Well, I mean, you build it the best, you kill everybody else, and then you're the only one. You'll be the conglomerate or the monopoly of that. Toyota,
Yeah.
build a goddamn car that's good. It's going to last. You know what? Yeah, we're not going to sell that car again for another 10 years. But guess what? Another 20 years, that guy's going to buy the car. His kid, his son, his nephew, his brother-in-law, and the whole family buys Toyota. That is a fact. I've seen that in my own eyes with people that I know. Like, I bought Toyota. I never had any problems. Yeah. They didn't get another car from me within a decade. But guess what? I'm buying another Toyota. And my wife is buying a Toyota.
not many people are
My
saying that
brother-in-law.
about Ford or Chevy. I mean,
No.
Chevy may have a little bit of an
So I'm ju-
advantage.
Yeah.
I would say.
I'd say
That's what I'm
Ford,
saying. That's
honestly,
it goes
guys.
against that little narrative. You build the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yes, you market, but there's always some kind of improvement. You know what I mean? There's always something like, hey, look, because human nature, you're not going to get everything perfect.
Well, I don't think all people don't always buy things because of the longevity or the rip. It's more so. If I bought,
Well, emotionally based.
if I buy something like
all
people,
emotions.
I might not need a new vehicle, but I'll go buy a new vehicle because I'm sick of this one. It's not necessarily because it doesn't operate properly or it's a availability.
Yeah.
Right? It's an option.
Yeah.
Where like
Somewhere in the country, somebody's manufacturing washboards.
No, I get it. I
You know
get
what I
it. It's
mean?
a
Yeah, I
preference
mean-
to whoever. Yeah. What's funny is like, so speaking of that, and just kind of like on this trend that we're talking about with Trump and all this movement, like the Panama Canal. Like, did you guys know what was going on with the Panama Canal? They were actually in a agreement with China.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, we're getting mad at China. Like China's the evil.
Yeah, but
Look,
they're
a big
progressing.
business.
They're going to do what they're going to
They're
do.
gonna do what
Progress.
they're
I
gonna
get
do.
it. I get it.
They are
hey, we're
our
gonna-
adversary. They are the only thing that's equivalent to us or us to them. I don't put Russia in that space. I think military wise, maybe Russia could be put in that space.
Yeah.
But when you think of like technology, I mean, you have South Korea, which is considered the fastest growing economy for years now.
for their scale.
They've grown in since their separation and they became their own country. The fastest growing country technology wise. If you go there, they're way far more advanced than we are here.
Yeah.
So it says
But we outsource. We
technology
outsource.
produced. The
Yeah.
technology
So-
keep things going. It's
which
just
is fine.
technology.
So let's not get
But
too
we
far.
have, but we have
Let's
no
just-
manufacturing here.
Check
though.
this out here,
Not
and then
nothing.
let's
right?
go full circle with
Yeah.
that.
Meantime, President Trump's foreign policy bearing fruit on other fronts. Panama now pledging to end a key development deal with China on the Panama Canal. The reversal coming following Trump's tough talk and a visit from Secretary of State Marco Rubio. He spoke moments ago on working with the Central American nation to stem illegal immigration.
Recognize that many of the people who seek mass migration are often victims and victimized along the way. It's not good for anyone. The only people who benefit from mass migration are traffickers. And so this is a program that shows how cooperating with our strong allies here in Panama can help to stem the flow by creating a disincentive, by sending a clear message that if you come and you come irregularly, you may be stopped and you may be returned to your country of origin.
You know, what
would happen?
What did we threaten Panama with?
Yeah,
That's what I asked.
right.
And
Well,
now here's the thing.
take
Here's
it back. He said
he's
he'd take it back.
Well, I
said-
don't think he's not going to take it back. See, like I said, Trump says things and then he does the deal.
There it is.
You know, so
But I'm saying you asked me what he said.
Right.
That's what he
But
said, and it
but
worked.
I'm
Dude,
just-
it fucking
no,
worked.
I'm wondering about Rubio and what they told Panama, or whoever's running Panama.
Stop this, or we're gonna fucking take it.
Well, what's the irony? So we go all
Greenland.
around the world and we tell people it's all for freedom. We're going to give that country the freedom. Also, now there's another country that's stable, China. Let's say China, whatever, and now they're not coming in with tanks. They're coming in with money deals, and they're going to say, "Hey, do this, we'll help you," because there's a lot of shit they're doing, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're doing their thing, and then we're pissed off because they're doing it. Well, that was the whole point. We wanted to spread freedom and let a country grow. But now, hey, wait a minute. China's the big evil one.
Well, there's a limit to everything, right?
There's a limit. Yeah, limit when it's not good for us.
Yeah.
Which I understand. I understand that.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though. I mean, at the end of the day, America, its president and Congress and our government, their interest should only be our interests. Right?
But it
should never be the interest of
dude,
anybody else.
You don't know what's good for you, bro.
They don't know, but they should know.
No. You don't know what's good for you.
Well,
you see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what they would tell you.
Yes,
like, dude,
yes.
we're doing things that you wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
And that's the level that they operate at.
And imagine,
imagine
if this deal had gone through.
Right. Exactly. We wouldn't even know it. Nobody. When's the last time you talked about the Panama Canal?
See, this is the thing. See, the thing is that China moves in secret.
Yes. Oh, of course.
They're always secret.
Either that we're not being told that.
They were doing cold weather training.
You could probably open up the page of
they're
Wall
a
Street
communist
Journal and
country.
Remember they were doing the cold weather training in Canada?
They are communist.
They're buying.
countries, yes.
They've bought up. I don't know how many pieces of land in this country, close to military bases and all of that, right?
Yeah.
And every time there's some sort of like, there's something in the sky. What's the first thing that we always say? It's China, because that is our enemy.
It's China.
Sense. It's the only.
It's China.
It's the only country that is a massive threat to us. It's the two major superpowers of the world, and we are behind.
Yes, we are. But
we
I
are
think,
well behind.
I think at least now we have representation. Like we're at the table and we're represented. It's not about,
they know it.
Yeah, it's not about the conflict anymore.
No,
like the conflict is there, but I think Trump obviously is much wiser than I. But I think he understands the economic need.
Correct.
Like China could be as sophisticated and beautiful as it wants, but without the United States dollar, without us purchasing their products,
and that's why they'll bend
for now.
And that's why they'll bend.
That's fine, but right now that's our bargaining. That's because we consume so much from them.
Yes.
And so you never bite the hand that feeds you. And so I think for now we could buy some time.
Who's feeding who now?
True that. No, I'm saying like that's
think about it.
They're feeding us.
They're taking our dollars. They spend it all around the world.
Yes.
And every other country accepts it. But yet, most of our shit's being made over there.
Agreed. And then being fed back to us. That's what I'm saying. So you don't bite their hand behind the hand that feeds you. Yeah.
I sometimes start to think that it's not just one nation that's trying. It's a close knit group of people who are. You talk about the puppet masters, but like
like all the Bilderberg group,
kind of like things like that. Like we don't care what country it is. Like they're doing good for that. Let's do this, and then like make this deal happen. And then like they don't care like what nation you're from or whatnot. And I hate saying that like shit, but you gotta look at
edit it out.
edit it out. You're gonna see that. Imagine if it was just deeper than that, and it wasn't one nation, or wasn't China's trade. It's people who are running the show because. Behind every politician, there's somebody with money behind there.
Of course,
and
we're
these
learning
businesses
that more
in China.
now. Yeah,
sure.
And these, like exactly these politicians, it's getting uncovered that all this money's going here. That money's going to that country because somebody's benefiting it from it.
Yep.
And these politicians are just getting things in their pocket or getting transversed one way or another.
Yep.
We're gonna find that out, and it's happening in China. China's a little more blatant about it, or they have different structure of rules, like you're communist and. We've had people who started business in China, had mines, started mining, become productive, and then a few guys in suits came in and they said, "Thank you, we'll take it off."
Speaking of mining, so he reached out to Zelensky and said, "Hey, Ukraine, if you want us to continue to send you money, which we will, you're going to ship us your rare earth metals." So they got a lot of rare earth. And again, this is for chess.
Yeah.
And so now we get something because China's not giving it to us.
It's a bargaining chip.
Yes.
The thing is we've never done that. Right. At least not with the previous
administration.
Negotiating. And the one before that.
Negotiate.
It's negotiating, right? Is being able to listen, you know what? We get you. Yeah. We understand you need X, Y, and Z. Yeah. And we've done in foreign aid is just give. Yep. Where are we with our debt? I mean, it's a stupid number, and we can never pay that down.
How do you feel about
owe China? I don't know how much money.
But China also bought a lot. They bought a lot about that.
Sure.
I mean,
how do you feel about Like, I'm just shifting a little bit. Yeah. How do we feel about Canada becoming a 51st state?
How do you stop it? That was a joke. He said that because he says we subsidize you so much that you might as well become.
Well, it's coming up again. It's not going
to happen.
Okay, but I like.
It would never happen.
Dude, I really like this conversation. I hope you don't mind. Let's
dive in.
You know what I mean?
Let's dive in.
Right?
I personally don't think it would ever become a state. Now.
No. How does that look?
Greenland, though, is great. Wait, Greenland is totally different.
We can talk about that next. But how does it look like? So if Canada is celebrating the 4th of July, with, you know what I'm saying? Like it's their Boxing
Yeah, I don't
Day, and like, what if they're celebrating the same things that we are? And
Yeah.
well, I know you and I talked a little bit about this. To me, the most exciting part about it would be the economic shift, right? So if you combine our currencies, is that an opportunity to lower the inflation? Like,
No,
is there
our
a chance to
currency's
do
already
that?
somewhat combined. Doesn't do anything.
Well, it
actually
depends.
devalues it.
Yeah, but that's
It'll
not
probably
our debt.
devalue it. No, it'll probably devalue.
I think it depends. I think it can affect certain spaces, right? So I'll give you an example like natural gas. We get a lot of our natural gas is coming from Canada.
Yeah.
If we were to say own Canada and we're considered all one nation, right? I feel like that in itself, because now we have access to Canada and their minerals and their natural resources.
Yeah, you got oil.
That
and
would
shit.
would adjust the pricing, I would assume.
Yeah.
No,
right.
I don't
but,
think so.
But
I
in
mean,
this scenario, as long as the two are separate, I think. I mean, for me to think that Canada could ever be one, I mean, if we strolled in and said we're taking this, there's nothing they can do.
Right.
Let's just be honest.
Right.
There's nothing they can do.
we
They're
are
not known for their military.
We are their military.
We are their military.
We are. We are.
They are only here. They only survive
So
as a
should
country
they feel-
because we
should
exist.
they feel, so then the question is
we
this.
share a border. That's why
I
you're
ask
here.
you both this question. Should Canada feel insulted?
Yeah.
Yes.
Should feel it's like.
But
Dude, to be
But I-
offered an
but
opportunity to
It's
be
not.
the greatest
It's not an opportunity.
to be the great part of the greatest
No,
nation
it's
in the
well,
world.
how about this? How about this?
Nah,
What if
not
Mexico?
them.
What if Mexico asked us the same question?
Yeah, we're like, I don't want Mexico.
right.
What the hell gonna do with you?
Right? Would we
Well,
want to be
Mexico-
part? Would we want to be Mexican?
Why not?
We want to be South America.
Dude,
we want to be.
I would
Hold
want to
on,
be.
hold on. Mexico's got some beautiful beaches, bro.
If that's
Beaches
all
don't
they
make
have,
money. Beaches don't support the millions.
Of course
people
they
that have
do.
there.
Tourism.
Do they? Then why are they
Tourism.
running here? Then why are they running
it's
up
a
there?
very
because they're
it's a
not part
very
of it.
poor nation. It's a
They're
very
not part of
poor
it.
It's poor. It's poor and
very
poorly
poor.
run.
Like Puerto
It
Rico.
doesn't have. It's got.
like Puerto Rico.
Yeah, but
Well, Puerto Rico's totally different.
Is it? I saw you look. I saw your eyes. I saw your eyes. You can't hide
Puerto
that
Rico
shit.
was
I
the
saw-
cartel convinced the government to make.
Sorry about the coffee, guys.
territory.
Well, no, that's right.
I got a little- I'm a little under the weather.
Again, I don't want to get too caught up in this because I want to make sure we have enough time to cover
of
everything.
course.
And so, just I want to shift one more time.
Yep.
And if anybody's interested in any of these videos or content, it's available on the Bobby Kudo Show on my X account. So if you want to see any of these videos, you can scroll through. I am very active.
There's plenty of
Bobby
videos
Kudo-
to watch.
The Bobby Kudo Show is very active.
Bobby
on
definitely
the
does
X
put
account.
out the content.
I do.
So,
It's
yeah.
my place. It's
I
my
gotta say,
platform.
I was impressed. I was going through your
Thank you.
Yeah, I was going through it earlier, and I was very
Dude, I
impressed.
appreciate
with
that. Thank you.
How many videos you had?
I,
Like I was shocked.
I
I'm
do a
like,
lot of-
I didn't
I
know
work
you
hard
had
at it.
so many. I
I
mean, I've
work
gone
hard
through
at
it,
yet?
but then I
You haven't
scrolled.
gotten sued yet?
No, not yet. I tried to do it right.
Copyright.
I do it right. Yeah, right. But if anybody's interested, go take a look. That's
Yeah.
where you can
Yeah.
kind of verify a lot of the things we're talking about tonight. So, big news.
Yes.
President Trump announcing no income tax on overtime.
Love it.
You know, like that, I think deserves.
I thought you were
some-
going somewhere else with this, by the way.
Do you?
I thought you said no income tax at all.
Yeah.
Well,
I thought we were going there,
There
but
was
you know
some
what,
of that verbiage, but
about
I
it,
don't.
yeah.
Again, I don't know if that's going to happen. But
No way.
the no tax on overtime. That's happening. That's an actual. He's putting that forward.
That'd be great.
I think, to me, dude, that's game changing. That's
That would be. Yeah. I mean, it's nice to get people
because
more
you,
money in
dude,
their
you work
pocket.
a lot of overtime. I work a lot of overtime. And I've always been a believer that you get me for the 40, right? But anything outside of that 40, dude, I'm making a choice. Like I'm giving up my own personal time to work those hours, and I feel like I should. Not that anybody deserves anything, but I think we
Yeah,
deserve that, right?
I gave you enough. The
Yeah.
government, you know what?
Yeah.
You got enough of
Yeah.
yours.
Yeah.
I'm working harder and more than required. It's all mine now.
Right?
And then
Right.
you know what? You'll get the benefit because I'll spend more.
Absolutely, you're feeding the economy.
Yeah.
So he's.
I think
thinking
it's
that.
I think it's a great incentive for
Yeah.
the worker. I
Yeah.
think you'll see a lot more people. See, people get so frustrated with work,
Mm-hmm.
and they're making maybe a little bit more money, nowadays per hour, but their cost of living has gone up
Yeah, so
higher.
it's all.
Yeah.
And
So
it's
for
actually
them-
diminished a lot more.
so for them,
Yes,
So
right.
so
you
overall,
get a 2% increase, your insurance goes up 3%.
Yeah.
and it's that's just insurance,
Yes,
right?
yeah,
Not
yeah,
everything
yeah,
else.
it's always
So
negative,
this
yeah.
allows
Right.
somebody to actually put some money aside to buy a house, to put down a down payment without having to go through like a down payment assistance.
Yeah.
Now, we can also look at this as like, well, we're not Americans and just people in general
Yeah.
are not great with their money.
Yeah.
The everyday person
I was
is
gonna
not,
go there, but you're
right?
right.
Yeah.
Because if we make an extra $14,000,
How about
in
this?
overtime, we're just going to spend it,
You buy a new
right?
Ford from the new factory plant.
But it is your money.
Yes.
And you should be able to have it and do as you wish.
However
Because-
dumb it is,
because if you
you should be able
spend
to
it,
do with it.
you're still putting it back into the
The
economy.
economy.
Yeah.
The economy gets
You're
right.
walking me right into this.
Right.
Go ahead.
The economy
I had a-
gets a little bit of
I had a vision today.
Yeah. It gets a bump.
It gets money flowing.
It gets
There's
a
there's
bump.
term for that.
Hey, what if Donald Trump?
velocity? You get velocity
Alright.
of money going back and forth.
They're saying that to date, in these 17 days, DOGE has saved the country $40 billion.
Isn't that insane?
Rumor has it that Donald Trump is considering handing out $100,000 checks to every American citizen.
That's not good. I don't like that idea. What happened last time when everybody got checks?
Dude, it's all going to go back in the economy.
No. What happens?
What do you mean?
Well, it depends.
The money was being stolen, dude. It's going to go to the people.
Right. I have an
idea.
idea.
You file income tax.
What happened in COVID when everybody got their
but that
check?
was a stimulus. That was,
Yes.
What do you think
that
this
was
is?
stimulus?
What do you think this
No,
This is
is?
not
no,
stimulus.
this is
This
wealth.
is the government saying,
Yes.
hey,
Invest it.
you've been fucked.
Yes.
You've been fucked sideways,
Yes.
left, or dry,
Yes.
you name it.
Yes.
This is your money.
Yes.
And this is the government
They
saying,
say it's
hey,
the only way
we
you
are
can
sorry.
You can drop the Fed. The Feds could drop the interest rate.
This
Now,
is-
mind
this
you,
is
not
a
this-
ploy
no, this
to
shouldn't
argue
go
with the
towards
Fed to
everybody.
drop interest rate.
All right, so
It
Remember,
shouldn't
like
go
you said,
towards everybody.
I
It should
know-
go towards the people who
Well,
pay
why
their
shouldn't-
fucking taxes.
taxes,
Well,
yes.
then, you know.
Because
hold
want to
on.
know
So
why?
everybody's gonna get $100,000?
Because if you're living off the fucking system,
Yeah.
you're already getting something
All right,
for
so
free.
Hey,
And I'm not saying I'm not
Gary.
touting for this, but shouldn't they need it more than the guy who pays
Absolutely
the taxes?
not.
Sure.
But he
Fuck
makes
that.
he makes $250,000. Like, hey, I want the $100,000. I pay enough taxes. I pay more than that regular person.
He should
that
get it
becomes
too.
a
yes,
fight.
everybody gets it.
Everybody
American
gets it.
citizen. Every
You
citizen
guys
who pays
will
taxes.
all be on the street poor. You know Lamborghini?
Why? Why would
Because-
be poor?
Because
Why?
you got 100,000, I got 100,000, you got 100,000. Guess what?
Yeah.
Everything else now, everybody's got 100,000. Everybody wants that
You know
brand
what
new
I'm doing
Ford.
with my money?
I'm bringing the price up because
You know
the
what-
demand is
Do
high.
you know what I'm doing?
So you're
It's not
saying
gonna
so you're
work.
saying it creates inflation.
Hey,
Creates inflation.
you know what I'm doing?
a
tremendously.
different type of
Hold on.
inflation.
Do you know what I'm doing?
A big league, like Trump
I'm
said.
investing
It was
it.
unimaginable amounts of
I'm dropping
inflation.
it in Bitcoin. There it goes. Like that's what I'm doing with mine.
Okay. Now,
To be
if
honest with you,
think
to be
about-
honest with you-
if everybody had 100 grand, you think Bitcoin would retain its value?
Well, the idea is to feed it. If you feed,
Yeah,
that,
feed
the,
it. But you
the
see,
idea behind Bitcoin is the more invested, the more it rises, the more it's worth.
but there's a reason why Bitcoin existed, so it's outside of the system.
Of course.
And its own. So now everybody's got 100 grand.
Yeah.
I don't want to be outside the system.
All
I
right.
want to use this
So-
money.
Yeah,
so-
I
It's
know.
not gonna
I know.
grow.
Listen,
So why not have it
in
this
all
way?
fairness,
So why not have it
100
this way?
grand is not a lot of money, bro. Most people,
100 grand
hey,
to everybody is
listen,
going to cause a
most
chaos.
no. Most
It
people,
Talk
changes-
to any
listen to me.
economist. It will
most
be a
people,
wreck. It will cause
most
wreckage.
most people who own a home are going to take that money and they're going to pay off their mortgage. Most people are going to do the responsible thing. Yes, Gary, I agree with you. There's always going to be the crackhead. There's always going to be the person that's wasteful. But I think you can help enough. You can help
Even
enough
those-
people.
even those,
Dude,
they wouldn't make
how
a
many
difference.
people? Listen, a lot of people went through a forbearance going through COVID, and they almost lost their homes.
How?
And they
You
haven't
don't pay anything. Forbearance means you're not required to pay.
You
You're
pay-
not required to collect.
Gary,
You're not losing
You're
the
so
home.
wrong on that.
Yes, it's
You have
true.
to. You have
A forbearance means
I had to pay.
it's not foreclosure.
Stop. I had to pay $16,000 at the end of my mortgage, bro. Because I
It's your
had
taxes.
No, because I had a forbearance on my loan. They don't forgive the money. They just push it off.
They push it off.
That's
right.
it.
That's what that
but
means.
I still had
They
to pay
just
it.
added it to the end of the loan.
And,
That's it. That's all
dude,
it is.
I had to pay it all up front. Like it wasn't like they said, "Oh, you can pay by the month." They said, "No, in order for you to
This
sell
is
your
during
house."
COVID, right? During COVID?
Yeah, during COVID.
Yeah.
I was
In
out
order
of
for you
work.
to sell your house, yes, you have to
Absolutely.
pay the taxes afterwards.
No. This has nothing to do with taxes, dude. Nobody's talking about taxes. This is my loan. My mortgage was
the bank.
$1,500 a month.
Right.
And for the months that I didn't pay it, they said, we're going to forgive it, but we're going to tack it on to the end of your loan.
Right.
When I wanted to pay off my house, I had to pay an extra $16,000 outside of to pay off my...
Right, because you $16,000 you saved that year, you didn't pay the forbearance.
No, I didn't save it, dude. It was a forbearance. I
Yeah.
couldn't afford to pay it. I didn't have the money.
Yeah.
So a lot of people did that, dude, because they didn't have the money. And those people still don't have the money.
But you decided to pay off your house. Most people who had the forbearance that year didn't pay their house
Dude,
off.
thankfully I'm
Dead
you had to
rights.
pay off your house
I guarantee you.
for
that.
other reasons.
I'm
though.
in a different situation though. I
Yeah,
had
yeah.
the money, dude.
I know that. I know. I'm
90%,
saying, but most
90
people wouldn't, and they want to follow that. But you just got pushed back. Say for
Dude,
a year.
I didn't know
the
that,
bank,
dude.
The
Gary,
bank,
Gary, I didn't know
the
that.
bank always is with
Gary, I didn't know that.
No,
They
get
misled
it.
me.
You know who?
I was misled.
Well,
they
you
made me
misled-
believe.
That's why most
they
people
made me
pay
believe.
Not gonna
hold on.
lie.
They made me believe
Yes.
that if my loan was, say, 72 months, we'll just say that,
Yeah.
right? They made it sound to me like it would be now 82 months because they were just going to tack it on the
Wait,
end
but
as monthly payments.
you would have been
Yes,
fine.
They didn't do that.
You would have been fine, but you decided to pay it off.
No, it didn't matter.
That's what happened.
No, I was obligated to pay it in full.
In full.
It just
In
so
full.
happened. It just so happened that I was selling my house, but I was obligated to pay it.
Yeah,
I
in
had
full.
a time limit,
Yes.
or they were going to foreclose on my house.
Yes.
I feel like
That's what that means.
That's
Forbearance.
wrong, dude.
It's not really wrong. Would you not have
Dude.
the job at the banks to say,
Gary,
I'm going to foreclose
Gary,
everything?
Gary, I'm an intelligent guy.
Yeah.
I'm a smart guy.
Right.
I'm not an idiot.
I would have
And-
told you
and-
the bank's going to want that money. That's what a forbearance means.
That's not. I never. Again, you're missing my words. I never said once I wasn't going to be expected to pay the money.
Yes.
I was expected to pay the money in the monthly
increments.
installments that I was automatically accustomed to paying.
Like you said, they just put it on the back end. That's
no,
all.
no, they didn't.
But here's the thing: to defend Bobby,
pay in full
Bobby
by a deadline.
In the
They held
beginning,
your house for a year without you having to worry about anything. Now that's his money, my money, everybody's money in the bank.
Gary,
but I'm just saying, if you look at the economics, yes, you have
I'm
to
not
pay.
arguing.
But if they
You have to
said,
pay.
You're missing the whole point, dude.
They didn't tell you you get a year free.
I'm not. Dude,
You're not getting a year free sitting on.
Dude,
you say, hey,
again,
you're not gonna.
he's not getting
Can
it.
I
get it. I get
me?
it. Tom's more than you guys.
Can I say something?
Go ahead,
Listen,
go ahead.
in the beginning, when they rolled that out, right, they were very careful in the words they chose. They made people believe to the average person. They made, and I'm going to say the average person is not dumb, but they might not know everything, right? They made it seem that, okay, you don't pay this for 5 months, 6 months, okay, and then that amount that you would have had to pay us, that total amount, let's say it was 6 months, we're going to take that, we're going to roll it back to the end of in the back, but we're going to pay that in increments.
Yes.
Right?
Why?
Like you're just
That's how they made it seem.
Like you're extending
a
your
lot
mortgage.
of people
You're
thought
extending your
that.
mortgage.
It is
And
increments. It's increments on your
but not
money.
always. But not always.
I had to pay it in full, dude.
Sometimes.
Because you sold it.
Before I sold.
Yes.
the house.
Yes.
Had nothing to do with the
I got
sale
a
of my
letter
house.
saying I had a
Because
letter saying that
they
I had to pay it in
taxed
full.
They tacked on $16,000
they
for the
said-
year. Your mortgage payments on the end say, "Hey, we held that.
No, they
we
said,
held that. Now
Bobby,
you owe the bank more that money back because you held it for a
Gary,
year."
I'm not arguing that.
Yes.
My argument is that I was under the impression that I wasn't
it's
going to
your
have to
fault.
pay it
It's not the
all.
bank's
Well,
fault.
it was a lot of people thought.
Bobby,
that was
I'm
the
telling you,
impression.
you're wrong on this. You're wrong.
Gary,
If you never sold it, you would have been fine. You'd say, "Okay, we'll just push out the other
Gary,
end."
you're not listening to my words.
I heard you.
Listen, what I'm saying to you is that I was misled to believe.
You didn't follow up. When you sat in the desk with that banker,
Had I
did
known,
you sit in the desk with the banker?
Had I known that I was going to be obligated to pay the full amount of that by a certain period of time, I would have never put myself in that situation, and I would have taken the money from other options that I had, and I would have just bit the bullet.
What do you mean by the certain period of time? Let's say if you didn't sell your house,
The
say,
government declared
Hold on.
the government declared something, and the forbearance was therefore ended. Once the forbearance was ended, I was obligated within
To make
90
payments
days.
again.
No, to pay
Yes.
the full amount of the forbearance. What was forbearance? I had 90 days to pay.
Yeah.
That's how that happened. And I was forced to pay $16,000, and I had the money.
Yeah.
It wasn't about that.
I think they chose.
I
I
understand.
think they chose wording, certain types of wording in the beginning. And
rather-
a lot of people
yes.
thought it was like a
rather
postponement.
Rather than me taking
right?
money
We're
out of
gonna
the bank,
postpone this.
I said to myself, well, if I could do this and just tack it onto the back
Yeah.
of my mortgage, then
Yeah.
this makes sense for me because
Yeah.
things weren't good. Like it was
Yeah.
COVID.
I had
It was-
friends that got the bill, and they were like, "No, you owe us
I
10
would
grand."
I would never done that.
Like
I would-
now.
Let's say this: if you didn't pay, say I don't have the $16,000. Okay, fine.
They
you
forwarded-
stay now. No, you stay it,
They
but we
foreclose.
still own the boat. Now they don't always foreclose. They keep the
No,
lien
they
on your
were-
property.
They
kept the lien on your
Oh, you
property.
refinance.
They threatened to foreclose.
You have to refinance.
People came to my house, took pictures of my house. They were on my property. I threw them out. I actually went, if you drive by my house now, well, I used to be my house, I have a sign that says no trespassing. And you couldn't go past that sign at the very beginning.
That was a nice house.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. Yeah.
It was a nice house.
Yeah, they were
garage.
They were fucking, dude, that garage was amazing. They were fucking around. They were fucking with me. They were gonna take my
You know
house.
what they were trying to do, now you have to look at. Yeah, you should have at that point said, "All right, I'm going to find, an attorney to find, ways out and see." But sometimes some banks are doing nefarious shit.
I had bigger fish to fry.
Huh?
Yeah.
No, I get it. I get it. At that point in life,
Yeah,
you-
yeah.
But sometimes some banks do nefarious shit because they
Yeah.
know like they're gonna eat on the other ones because they're never gonna get back on the other end. Like somebody else, they'll never get the money back.
And I
they'll
think
say, "You know what, we're
that's
gonna get
the trickery of it. Like
Yeah.
in 2008, that's the
Banks
trickery
won't
of it.
lose.
They do that because they know they would have won because my house
Yeah.
almost paid off, and so they would have scored big time. And I think they do that on purpose, Gary. I think they mislead you on purpose to make you believe things.
Credit cards in
'cause like I said,
general
I'm not.
are-
Dude, I don't consider myself an idiot, and I wouldn't have done that had I known.
Why do
and
you
I would-
not think they don't educate the consumer or everybody?
Well, listen,
Yeah,
an
they don't want you to be smart.
educated citizen is a dangerous one, right? It's no
Yeah,
different.
right,
It's no different when
right,
it comes to
Right.
finances.
And you're already in
the
distress.
more you know,
Dude, shit sucks. You're already in distress.
Yeah, the
Like,
more
your life-
you know-
you're doing this. You're making a decision because
Yeah.
things aren't good. Like you're trying to balance shit out and make your life work. You know
Were
what I
you
mean?
working or were you not working?
I had just left Christmas tree shops. There was a lull. I had 7 months that I was in a lull. Of
but
no
there were
work.
7 months where you were employed or not employed.
I was not employed.
I would. To me, I mean, an individual case by individual case, but usually the forbearance should roll back. Now you decide to sell, the bank says, "Hey, we had a year."
I
on
had
that
the money,
tax on.
Gary.
No, I'm not saying you didn't have the money.
But let's say
using another
I
example.
wouldn't have. My point is, I say I had the money because I wouldn't have done the forbearance. I would have just taken the money out of the bank. I was trying to avoid
paying.
I don't want to take money out of the bank.
Exactly.
If I get a little break right now, this is just perfect for me. And avoid all that, but I would have just taken the money out of the bank and said, like, I'm fine. I'll just pay my mortgage the way I normally do. But it didn't work out that way. It was very misleading, and it kind of really bummed me out. It put a bad taste in my mouth.
Well, okay.
You know what I mean?
I apologize for that. I mean, it's a good taste to have because now you'll know not to trust.
No, agreed.
Well, really do.
Well, it's a lesson learned, and hopefully that never has to happen
and
again.
Where learn, let's say.
Yeah. So my point is in saying, like, so somebody getting $100,000. I think somebody like me or that was in a situation like that could just be holding on.
Yeah.
That money could make the difference. You know what I mean? Again, I know,
Oh
Gary,
my
people
God.
do fucking stupid shit with money.
Right,
All
but
the
I'm just
time.
saying,
All the time.
even if you gave everybody $100,000,
All right. So
it's not going to work.
let's
out
go.
for
Can
everybody.
we go to the fun side of this conversation?
Sure.
Go ahead, David. You want to go? Go ahead.
No, we go.
Yeah, fun part of this conversation. Okay, how many liberals love Trump after that?
After
Giving them $100,000.
If every liberal gets a $100,000 check, who doesn't love Trump? Stop that for a second. So, like, we're talking about the financial implications of that, right? But meanwhile, let's think about the other side. Like, how many people hate him, and all of a sudden they're all going to the bank with their $100,000? Like, talk about reparations. Like, nobody's talking, dude, everybody's got a $100,000 check. What's that conversation look like?
Short-term pleasure, you'd be crying later on. I love him. 3 years from now, like, oh my God, I'm so poor. Things are so bad. I can't afford anything. That's what's gonna happen.
How funny
That's
is
what'll
that?
happen. That's
you know
exactly
what's
what
so
I
happens.
was driving today, dude, and I went through the whole. Yeah, I went
Right,
through all
but
that.
everybody love him for a short time until they pay for it later on.
And that's the thing. See, I feel like you'd be short-lived.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, everybody wants money, right? And money can create an emotion, right?
Of course.
But at the end of the day, this is still a man that is completely against everything you stand for.
Yes, but now
And
dude,
money
changes things.
Money is not always a fix.
Dude, that's a big fuck you to every politician because he's taking the money that you guys were stealing from the American people and he's literally giving it. Like, this is bigger than the people.
Yeah.
This is about him showing that he took all the money you steal. You guys are fucking stealing all this money, and now I got it back, and
I'm
I'm
gonna give it back to the people who you stole it from. If he words it correctly, if he said it like that,
dude,
if he said, "Hey, listen,
yes, dude,
we found all this money
Yes.
that the people who you trusted, right?" And I'm sure
you.
he could say it in a way like the
Dude.
people you trusted, right, to run the government, have your best interests, right? And he said, "And you know what I did? I took it back from them. I found out what they were doing. I found that they were crooks. They were stealing from you. I took it back and I gave it to you." He becomes Robin Hood.
Imagine that, dude.
He becomes the guy.
Yep.
That president, that man who exposed everybody and became the hero.
Yes.
At the end of the day, though, once that $100,000 is spent and gone, they'll be in more debt
All right,
than
you
they
ready?
were before.
I can trump you.
More debt than they were before.
I'm going to trump you. You ready?
That's
I'm going to
where
trump
it
you.
becomes back to
Okay, you
square
ready?
because you
Here's
can't
what-
make these people
All
happy.
right, here we go.
Can't.
Now I'm going to go next
Can't.
level. I love these
You can't
conversations.
just give
I'm
money
going
away
next
like
level.
You can't give it. You
Okay.
can't give it.
Ready?
No value in it.
There's no value.
And every child gets a $100,000 scholarship for college.
And then we lose ourselves.
Every American child.
They do that in other countries. I think in Sweden, they give, but that Sweden's small.
Sweden is very
handle it.
different.
Yeah,
Dude,
you can handle that scale.
But dude,
Yeah, Sweden is
every
very
child.
First
yeah,
of all,
but
Sweden is
dude,
a very
you're
wealthy
making-
so
country.
you know what
Hold
that
on.
means?
You're making an investment. You're making an
Really?
investment. And you're not paying people's college debt, technically. Get it? Guys, this is brilliant.
Okay.
No, it's
This
not.
It does everything.
All right,
It
so
does
wait,
everything.
wait.
That already
Explain.
happened to Obama. Obama said every child goes to go to college. The government's going to back their loan.
Dude, no,
what do the
this
colleges
is not
do?
a loan.
Right? No. But it doesn't matter. The colleges see we're going to get money no matter
could
what.
happen.
No matter what. No, it's not going to happen. It's going to be then be like, oh, you know what? I was $40,000 in debt. Now I'm $140,000 in debt for a school that didn't teach me shit. Because the school's saying, no matter what, we're all going to get $100,000. All the prices go up. It's just like I'm saying,
Well,
the
no,
demand goes
they
up.
don't.
Bobby,
It
yes, they
regulates
will.
them.
Bobby, this
How is
might,
it regulated?
But this might go.
How
against,
does it regulate?
But this might go against everything you've said.
Go ahead.
And, I'll give you an example. So you said that the world needs negatives and positive,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
If everybody is always on the positive, let's say the money comes $100,000 for me, you,
That
and then
big
there's another.
negative's gonna come whack us
Hey,
all in the
before
face.
you know it,
David,
you just disrupted the balance.
Okay.
Yep.
Right, and the balance is fucked, right? And we need the balance,
What's
right?
the world look like in 8 years?
We don't know.
So what do you think? College is going to fix that?
That's 2 presidents.
We don't even know.
That's 2 presidents from now.
yeah,
Yeah.
we don't know.
The world changes quickly.
It does.
We just went through 4 years of that.
It
Good
does.
times, Gary.
lead to bad. Oh, good times lead to weak men. Weak men lead to bad times.
There you
Bad
go.
times make
Yeah.
strong men.
There we
strong
go.
men.
Yeah.
And there we go again.
Yeah.
Well, usually it's
And
cycles.
so,
Look at
and that's my point. So I feel like giving everybody $100,000 each is a bad idea.
Okay.
What I would
All right.
say, and this is coming from me, what I would like,
So I was just saying, dude, would you want to get a $100,000
No.
check?
and I'm going to explain why.
Okay, all
See,
right.
money is a byproduct for me.
Okay,
Right?
all right.
I don't hold that much value in money. Money
Okay.
is what we need to survive, right? And of course, we all want to make money. We want to be millionaires and all that, right? We all have our goals and reasons, right? But for me, I would rather have a stronger infrastructure and reinvest that money here.
What if you can?
Yeah, but the thing is
What,
that
what if you could donate that money?
and I would. The problem is that if I let's say
Yeah. Tax free.
let's say only 20% donated that money. That's
Okay.
that's not going to do much. That's not going to do much.
I disagree.
I would say if we have what was the number you said that they found? How much?
40 billion.
40 billion.
This is
Take
17 days. 17 days.
Take that 40
So-
billion and reinvest it back into America. We are behind
Yeah.
in technology. We are behind in infrastructure. Our grid fucking sucks. We can only exist for so long with the current state.
Okay.
And I feel like at
That's
some
fair.
point,
That's
and I
fair.
feel like at some point, if we don't recognize that,
Yeah.
right? Like we don't pay our bills.
Yeah.
We're not paying down the debt. We're not investing in America. At least with Trump, Trump is saying, "Hey, tariffs."
Yeah, but we are
will
doing,
create-
we are in the debt because this is actually absolutely affecting the national debt. This is expenditures. These are constant. So they
Sure.
actually said that they this is crazy.
They put it to the proper places.
Did you hear about Politico?
Yeah,
Yeah.
$22,000 a month for it was like
$8
$8 million.
million.
That shouldn't have ever gotten.
They've been
cent.
paying all of the news outlets through the
Correct.
USAID.
Correct.
That is bombshell. So
this is why they're upset.
So
This
these
is
are
why
not-
they're upset.
That's
So
the
they're
corruption.
Not, yes,
It's the
they're not
corruption.
these are not journalists. These are professional actors. If
Yes.
you're being
Yep.
paid
Yes.
to process information, that's a big difference.
So here's the question:
Yep.
is who runs? You said who are the people running this organization,
Yeah,
this
they're gonna
this
get their
program,
asses handed to 'em.
right?
Yeah.
What I want to see is I want to see people get reprimanded for this.
Yeah,
I want
that's what I want.
I want
I
there
heads
needs
roll.
to be consequences.
there needs to be
There needs to be
consequences.
consequences.
And it has to be on a worker level,
Yep.
right? The worker bee who was told to do X, Y, and Z, right? And the people who okayed it, whoever signed off
Yeah.
on these damn things,
Including the politicians saying,
as
"You signed
far-
this and you knew
as
about this."
high as it needs to go.
Yeah, I
And
think
if it
that's
goes
why
as
they
high as the president, if Biden signed off on something,
Yep.
he needs to be held accountable for this because it could not happen. You are using citizen taxpayer money,
of course.
right?
You're not legitimately able
Not
to
for
use
us,
Do the
but for
offered
your own
buyouts? Did
benefit,
you
so
see
that the
that? The
money
offered
trickles
buyouts?
back into your pocket.
Every FBI agent kind of buyout.
to
They
quit,
want,
right?
Yes, to
Quit.
quit.
Oh yeah,
8
it's
months,
quit. Yeah,
8
yeah,
months,
yeah.
7
The judge, I think the judge today added it. I don't know what they did, but I think
Crazy.
they ended up
Imagine that.
giving them a little bit more time.
Everything's so that's
Get out.
it's
To
that
accept the
corrupted.
buyout.
It's that corrupted.
Yeah.
It's that corrupted.
We need this.
Well, wait, they
insane.
told, hey, buy out or
We
get
need
fired,
this.
right?
Yeah, buyout, you're fired.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Can you
there go.
explain
See
to
you
me?
later.
Can you to this day?
Sure.
Can you explain to me how a politician can go into office in this and go in making
100,000?
100,000?
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Come
They're
on,
not, they're not
41
wealthy.
million?
I can tell you.
And they come out
USAID.
Multimillionaires.
7, 8 digits.
Yeah, USAID.
There you
Because
go.
the money goes, it gets funneled for condoms in Gaza.
Yep.
They only send nothing to Gaza.
Well, I'm
and
sure
the
some
money
goes.
Nah,
Right? It gets filtered through the system.
maybe a billion.
It gets filtered through the system, and the money gets as a kickback somewhere else.
Yeah, online. You can go online right now on DOGE,
Yeah.
and you could see all of the invoices. They actually show the invoices and how frequency. They were sending how much? 41 million to
The political?
no, the World Economic Forum.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was monthly. That was 400 million. 400 million monthly. For what?
400 million?
For what?
Well, I guess, I'm not justifying it, but the world, so they'll take that money and distribute to other places that people
You know where?
that we say we need to help people. That's
back
what it
back
is.
to the politicians
But
that
it
sent it
goes
there.
back to politicians.
Hey, they can't find 100 billion? 100 billion.
Yeah, 100 billion.
Ukraine, $100
Ukraine.
billion missing.
Yeah.
Well, look at the Pentagon.
Also,
It's gone.
Look at the Pentagon. The Pentagon.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
another.
they won't let
They've
anybody
lost
look.
money.
Yes.
Money has gone where? I'll tell you where that money went. That money went to Raytheon. That money went to
the industrial military.
to
complex.
what's the other one? The one that builds that's been in the
Jets?
news.
Boeing,
Lockheed Martin.
Lockheed Martin. All of these companies,
Yes.
all that $100 billion
That's the
that
military
just
industrial
disappears.
complex. Yes.
That money's gone somewhere.
It goes to them.
Money just doesn't disappear. It always leaves a paper trail.
Yeah.
Always.
Well,
it's not like they're handing them cash.
No, right.
They're not handing them
Right.
cash.
No.
Right.
But they're changing something, some kind of
Yeah.
wording.
Zero,
They
the
launder
script, zeros and
it. They
digits,
launder
yeah.
it all. It's
It's
all
all
laundered.
gone.
Just think
it's
about
all
this.
gone, and
Yeah.
it's fine that it's gone. You know what? That it's gone. Fine, whatever. We can't get it back.
Yep.
The fact that it was exposed. That's
Yeah,
the key.
that's the key.
That's the key.
Are you guys-
Thank God that it
Being
was
irresponsible
Yeah.
with what you as fiduciary taking care of. Like $50 million in condoms. So if you know it's going to happen, what do? You buy the stock and the brand that the company is going to buy.
Yeah,
That's
Pelosi.
it's
Pelosi.
A lot of them are
Yeah,
like that.
and you
if
just give it to her husband. You just tell her husband to invest.
There's a documentary
Come on.
on that and on exactly that situation where Bill Clinton himself says we're gonna slow this down, and after 3 or 4 years, the next presidency, they cut that down to nothing so they can inside invest again.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of it's inside investor, know what's going on, how to put your money where you know it's going to grow exponentially.
Yeah.
Now the military, that's the only industry that I believe right now that I'm aware of that every state has a part of that. So you want to build a missile, right? Let's say for instance, almost every part of that missile has this part that's manufactured in every state. So that means not too many congressmen can say, "Oh, I don't agree with this." Okay, well, there's 4,000 people who work in a plant, 100 miles away from where your state building is.
Yeah, right.
They're going to be unemployed. They're not going to get that contract. You want that contract? You're going to look good because they'll support you now. It's so intertwined. It's
messy.
evil has
It's
a great
messy.
web. The devil knows how to do things very, very well.
Brilliant,
and
brilliant,
that's how
brilliant.
and that's how it's working. So like you said, Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, it's all going to Ukraine.
Electric Boat, all those
Electric
places.
Boat, they're all
BlackRock.
funding it.
BlackRock, another
BlackRock wants to buy the property. Did you know that Ukraine has one of the most richest soils
In the world.
fertile
In the
12
world.
Yes.
feet
Yeah.
deep.
Yeah.
After World War II,
Largest wheat.
Stalin,
They produce wheat.
they're
Largest
the
wheat
bread
producers.
basket of that world. Yeah,
Yeah.
They feed a lot to
Yeah.
Africa. Yeah,
They produce like a
massive
third of all the wheat
Yeah.
that goes to Africa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comes from Ukraine.
Comes from Ukraine. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Well, you, can
have
also,
a lot.
you could see why Russia would want to get in, though.
Well, even after World War II,
Russia
during World
doesn't
War II,
want the UN in
Stalin
there.
wanted
This
to-
is all about the UN, guys.
So here's my question.
The war. Everything is about him not wanting the UN. If the UN gets in there, then now there's missiles pointed at his
I
border.
he told me, he said, I don't want this.
He doesn't want it. I don't blame him.
I don't blame him.
I don't blame
no.
him. We wouldn't want it.
Do you feel the media portrays Putin to be
Yes.
a very evil man?
He
Bro.
probably is,
Bro.
but
Yeah.
that
Without
being
question.
said,
This
Do you
isn't
believe?
you don't want to. You
do
don't
you
want to
believe he's an evil man,
I'll use it like this.
or is he a man that loves his country?
I don't
A little
deny
bit
he
of
loves-
both.
I think he
A
loves his
little bit of
country.
both.
Yeah, I think
A little bit of both.
but I think there's a power thing there
Yeah.
too, bro.
I think so.
Yeah, there's a,
I mean, I know obviously
He's a chess player too.
Yeah,
He's a chess
yeah,
player. Yeah.
He's ruthless.
He is very ruthless.
Yeah, he's ruthless.
Think of,
Yeah,
like
which
you know.
makes him
Here's the
dangerous.
thing.
But so are we.
We call Putin like let's say you have a mean pit bull in
Yeah,
a cage,
right.
and
Protect
then
it.
yeah, and it's like it's a pit bull, right? Okay, fine. Yeah, the pit bull's fine. You don't bother him
'Cause the
But
world
then,
sees us-
Then you antagonize it, and you put your hand there, and you get bit. Who's that fault?
But the
We're
world
the
sees
ones
us the same way.
antagonizing him.
Yeah.
The world sees us the same way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now-
Now a lot of countries say big
Yeah.
America
Would-
fucking me over.
If China put missiles in Cuba, we would have a problem with that.
Right.
Well, this is during a time. This is during a very different time.
But it's still.
It's-
I don't.
same-
I don't
same play.
think. I don't think we would ever see Russia into Cuba ever again.
It would never happen.
Well,
Like,
they did. They
no.
they bring
Cuban
they
Missile
brought,
Crisis.
ships over there. They do.
Well, that was during that time. When was
Yeah.
that? That was the
Yeah.
Bay of Pigs.
Yeah, Bay of Pigs. But they still
Yeah,
do
Bay
it
of
now.
Yeah, they
they'll
do,
go to Cuba
exercise
to visit.
training.
And
Oh, they do
exercise.
training. They
did it
do
recently.
training.
Yeah.
They do
They did it
training. Yeah, they
recently.
were there. Yeah, they did it
Yeah,
recently.
yeah,
And we see it happen all the
Which is a
time.
little concerning to have any. To
course.
be honest, I'm not going to
course.
lie.
Off the coast
To
of
have
Miami to
any-
see, like,
to have
Russian-
any country,
Yeah.
regardless if
Flexing.
it was Russia, to be
Flex.
that close to our shores,
Flex.
is very uncomfortable
Yeah.
to begin with.
I bet you their
Right.
subs get real close that we even know about.
We don't
Yeah.
even know.
True.
We don't even know.
Well, we
They-
don't, but they do.
They do.
The United States, there's no way they don't know.
Yeah.
They know.
Well,
They know.
you know what? I bet that there was
It's funny
they
how
allow.
they go there to
That's
go
what they
train.
allow. Yeah,
Isn't
right.
that funny?
Well,
like
it's on
why?
purpose.
Like why there?
What Cuba? Because they have
yeah.
economic
Relations.
yeah, they have economic relations.
Because we don't
Remember,
It is communist. Yeah,
we do
it definitely is
nothing with
communist.
Cuba.
Yeah,
we don't.
Cuba's
There's no
dead.
trade.
You want to go to
with
Cuba?
Yes, we do.
You got to go to Canada and back.
We have
Trump cut that out.
Yeah, he did.
When?
the first
thing.
term.
Yeah, because
first
Obama
term.
did it, and
And then
then
he said,
Trump
"Now
said
we're
no.
done."
See, that was a stupid move.
Kind of stupid move, I believe.
well,
I think that was dumb. I think. Listen, we don't have to always because
Oppress.
just because someone's our enemy.
Yeah, but no, it's
doesn't
not
mean
that.
we have
It's
to cut
not
them
that.
off entirely.
but
Listen, we do
it's
business
how-
with China.
China.
We do business with China.
Yeah, I know, but it's how they treat the people.
Oh, like we give a fuck.
Well, I guess.
Come
Don't
on.
give a fuck, yeah. I mean, there's a lot
We
of
don't
other
give a
countries that people
shit.
are
I guess if
for.
you float to the United States in an inner tube, it's
You're
personal.
fine.
Do we really give a fuck?
Yeah.
How Cuba
Well,
treats its own people?
I
No,
do.
it's
You
all
know, I
it's
can't
all
argue 'cause I think of the Uyghurs. So
it's listen.
you
It's
know.
all
no, you're right. I
It's
believe
all
it.
geographic.
Right.
It's all geographic.
Yeah.
It's because where it's located.
Sure.
If you take Cuba and you put them somewhere in the middle of the Pacific somewhere, so far away from
don't care
everybody,
either.
nobody's gonna give a fuck.
Right.
Right? We're gonna let them just let them die off.
Yeah.
Like
Nobody
the
cares.
Uyghurs. We care about the Uyghurs, but we have a bigger
Nobody
gain.
cares.
We
Yeah.
need to get shit from China.
Yeah.
If we cause that, there'll be certain things that won't be produced that people go. So it's like, which is
We don't need
the
Cuba.
worst, the worst evil.
This is just my own personal opinion. Always my own personal opinion. And I will say this out loud. I believe that the Ukrainian situation was purposely orchestrated to feed the war machine.
Yeah.
And
100%.
to
And I think Biden never liked.
wanted
to be a wartime
This
hero.
was a redistribution of wealth. You were able to take an enormous amount of money of wealth and funnel it through the Ukraine.
Yeah.
That and like $100 billion of that is missing. Like they don't know where it is.
Yeah.
So to me, immediately that's like nobody's ever going to find.
And
that
that's
money
coming
ever again.
from the president's mouth.
Sure.
Zelensky himself said,
right. And so
100 billion's gone. We
And
don't
it's
know
gone.
where it went.
And it's gone.
And
we'll
that's a
never find it
given,
again.
though.
It's gone.
That's
so,
insane to me.
That shit happens all the time,
Yeah,
like in
yeah.
war. Like
But listen-
people are they manipulate and say I'm taking this for myself. They had
It's
generals
like the
buy
mafia,
properties.
right?
With
It's like the mafia
Sure.
skimming off the top.
There's a lot of skimming, yeah.
And that doesn't count. That's not counting all the military that we sent them. Like the actual artillery. That
the cartel has
Yes.
Stinger missiles.
So
Yeah,
so the
it's-
Lockheed
Is that
Martins, like the Boeings, like they love this. This is what this is.
This is their bread and butter.
So
Yeah.
so Biden is guilty of feeding the war machine, which is what feeds our economy. Like it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but it's a reality.
Would you say feeds entirely,
Our
or
military,
it's
our
a
military,
major part?
our military is absolute. Like I'd say, 99% relative and important to our economy. The state of our economy.
Yes.
It is. It
I
is
agree with
because we hold the world reserve currency.
There it is.
And you need something to back that up,
Exactly.
which is
the
military might.
Yeah, but when you compare our spending in our military in
why
itself,
can we spend
we,
so
we,
much?
we can again back to China. He's going back to China because it's the only.
I like where
It's
you're
the
going,
only-
Gary. I know where you're going.
It's the only fucking country that has that I say can outproduce us, right?
For
so
now, yeah.
right now, so right as if we speak, I read an article that said that for every one ship that the U.S. builds, right, U.S. military,
They build like 8 or something like that.
no 20.
Are they as quality as ours?
Why wouldn't they be?
Well, we just don't know.
When you have a country
You buy
like
something from China,
China,
it breaks down.
where money is, listen,
Are we sure
that's
about
by
that?
design. I feel like the shit that we get, the crap, everything is made by China, right?
Yeah.
These boards are made in
Oh,
China.
you mean
Everything-
they make them crappy?
I think certain things are intended to be crappy because it fuels the economy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think where it matters, and they're gonna use the money necessary because they can write their own checks. They're so wealthy. They manufacture 90%, not 90%, but a large number of the world's products.
Okay.
So like when you think of like I'm a country. We suppress our people. We work them to the bone. There's nothing they can do about it because we control every single company. There's no company that China itself as a government doesn't have their hand in. They own
Right.
everything.
That's the difference between them and us.
and
in
that's
a
the
way.
difference. And we can't compete with that. And so they're always ahead of us. And I feel like if
So
we
explain to
allow
me this.
them,
How does the United States own or buy TikTok? How is that happening?
it'll never happen.
They have to have a private entity buy it.
It's
I don't
happening.
understand how they can.
They can't.
Dude, the United States is going to buy it. They started a wealth fund, and they're going to use the wealth fund to
Yep.
purchase TikTok. That's the plan right now.
Yeah, and then they're gonna fuck up the algorithm. And then we're getting
Yeah.
TikTok 2.0,
I don't
Yeah.
like how
which is not the original
Yeah, I'm a
TikTok.
little wigged out by it, to be honest.
I don't
with
like
you.
it.
Now
I
you
don't
got
like it.
government controlling
Yes,
a media
yes,
source.
yes. There it
It's
is.
like NPR. or
That-
whatever.
I don't like it. I don't like
don't
it.
like it.
I don't like it.
No.
I don't like the idea.
And
of
if
that.
that's
I like
Listen.
Trump's idea saying we're going to own it, and make a ton of money for the country.
Sure.
But Trump ain't going to be the
I
president
rather,
forever.
yeah, I want private entity to own it.
Yeah.
I want to like
And this
Mr.
is-
Wonderful.
this is
Mr.
gonna
Wonderful,
sound-
for
Yeah.
example. Mr. Beast is
Yeah.
another one
Yeah.
who's.
I think
who's got the,
I think you need to take Elon Musk out of that equation, though.
No, yeah, he can't. He's got X. I think he's. I don't think he wants
But
it.
here's the thing. Because,
I don't think
because
he wants it. It's too
I'll
much.
give Democrats one
too
thing.
much.
I don't know what Democrat said this.
Too much.
And I wish I knew the name, his name or her name, but I read it. It was today. and it actually might have been Elizabeth Warren. Fucking give this fucking bitch fucking
Jesus.
any kind of fucking credit.
can't.
But she did say something. He is not a politician, right? But he is within the government space. He's being exposed to information from a not an elected official, not even an employee.
Yeah, but that happens every day. Contractors.
I get that.
Dude, you have private contractors.
I get that. But this is the richest man in the world.
Which is
And he comes with power.
yeah, but that makes him safer.
I
You
think
can't-
people are concerned.
You can't bribe that
Well,
guy.
This is a man that wants to fly to the moon.
Okay.
No, Mars.
You're seeing.
He wants to go to Mars.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go to Mars. You're seeing at the inauguration. You see his eyes lighting up like he's like a kid in a candy store.
Because
that worries me a little bit. And
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because what ends up happening, right? And I don't think it's about money for him anymore.
Oh no, wait,
Right?
dude, no,
It's already shifted.
The money's gone.
It's not about
It's
money.
Not about money.
But I feel like sometimes ambition can be a dangerous thing if it's not checked. You're already the most powerful billionaire in the world.
Yeah, what else
You're running Trump's
DOGE, yeah.
DOGE, right?
Yep.
Government efficiency, right?
Yep,
Because of how smart and how
No,
intelligent
just
you are.
for the
and
record, you know Kennedy started this, right? This was Kennedy. Kennedy's the one that signed this.
Sure.
They keep saying Congress. This is a Congress. Kennedy signed an executive order in the
Yes.
60s that created this department. So this has nothing to do with Congress.
No.
If Trump wanted, he could executive order and make it go away.
Yeah.
He's the one that has the power to do that.
I just feel like because of
you're
his
worried
power.
about like, no checks and balances.
I always feel like everybody should be checked. There should be not a limit.
Yeah,
and,
but
and I hate to say
society
that
of humans.
because I feel like if you're a billionaire, right?
Yeah.
Like Democrats say, listen, like Bernie Sanders.
Yep.
If he wants to tax billionaires 100%.
Yeah.
Like he said that you should be able to live off of $999 million, right? I think that's bullshit.
Of course.
Okay? If you build an enterprise or you build an enterprise and you've built it to be this fucking thing,
Yeah, I deserve it because I
you
made
deserve
Of
the
course.
benefit, what you reap, what
Yeah,
you
nobody
sow.
has a right.
I
And
got
you should be able to-
$999 billion because I'm
nobody
giving
has
the
a right.
value to people.
Yeah.
Nobody has a right.
But when you have special access in a position like this, I'll give you an example. Like you're a politician. Do you think politicians should be able to trade stock?
No, of course not.
So
No. Not when you're lobbying.
Okay.
No, you're susceptible.
So I also think
Nope.
in a scenario like
Nope.
this, I feel like Elon Musk shouldn't be able, because in the position that he's in, that he should back off in a scenario like this.
Yes, but he
where
doesn't have the
TikTok
power.
He
doesn't have the power.
Who doesn't have the power?
He
doesn't
doesn't.
have-
He's got
the head of
Trump's
the
No,
party.
no.
He's
It
got
doesn't matter.
Trump's ear.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not the one
that's
that has
exactly.
his ear, though.
No,
He's
no,
got
that-
Trump's
no, but
ear. He's got
that's my point.
influence. And
No,
influence is
But he's not the only one that has
Yeah,
Trump's
but
ear.
dude,
Trump's smart.
Trump is a.
I get it. I get
Trump
it.
is a spreadsheet guy.
100%.
So he's bringing him the data. He's showing him the data. And you know what really makes me comfortable in all this, David?
No. Go ahead.
But
Go
what
ahead.
makes me comfortable in all this is that everything is there. You can, if you go on X,
Yeah.
it's all. You go to Doge every day. It's right in front of you.
But it's his platform, right?
It's okay.
Yeah, but
Right.
the information.
But
is,
he knows enough that if I
Yes.
get caught found lying,
Yes.
that
It's
I'm going to
done.
be in the shit.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
he's a
he's got
target.
nothing to lose,
and he's
bro.
a big target already.
Well,
and he's got more to gain for him and his children.
I think
he
you just
loves
said
his.
it.
I believe
He's
that
got
he actually
nothing
loves
to
this country.
lose, right? Is what you said.
No, he's got a
did
lot
you know-
to lose.
He's got a lot to lose,
Do you know he's
right?
a child that was transgendered surgery? Did you know this?
Yeah.
And that he swore that the rest of his life he was going to vindicate that because he was convinced that this was the right thing to do for his child. And he actually said it out loud that he's going to try to do whatever he can to make sure that no child ever goes through that ever again. I believe he's driven by that.
Yeah,
I believe
and
that
other things too. He loves his
Yes,
country.
yeah, I believe that wholeheartedly. And you know what, dude? He started.
hope you're
from-
right.
He started from the bottom.
We all hope.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
you're right
Yeah.
because
Even
I
that-
do
Me
love the
too.
man,
Me
and I
too.
feel
Yeah.
like we wouldn't
Yeah.
know anything that's going on
Right?
right now
Without it.
Without him.
Without it.
He
Yes.
he is the puzzle. He's the
Yes.
piece to the puzzle
Yes.
that
And
makes it all work.
And I think we give him credit, but let's give Trump credit for recognizing it and seeing it.
Well, Trump-
'Cause
Well,
I
he
didn't-
saw him as a target. He says, "Hey, you're being
didn't-
targeted too."
I didn't
You know?
understand the
a
relationship.
little unorthodox,
I didn't
but it was
understand.
necessary.
But what happened was they sat down and Elon said, "Hey, listen, I can use my ability to code, and we could find out where all this." And that's what they're doing, dude. These Doge people, they're nerds. They're coding everything.
Yeah,
they're
that's funny.
going through all these books and they're doing the checks and balances, and they're all petrified because, dude, it's zeroing
What
in
I like,
on
yeah.
everybody. They
Yeah,
have,
and you should be
dude.
zero.
I
hey,
will say he's not
you ready?
corruptible, which
they
I
have
find.
Everybody is, but that
Hey,
being
Well,
they have-
not corruptible in the sense where
They
he's
have
given
IP.
us reason.
They have IP
to-
addresses.
yeah,
You can't hide.
can't hide.
It's IP addresses. It's from cell phones, dude. All these transactions, and that's why
They're afraid.
the Democrats
They're
are
so
in the
afraid.
streets.
Yeah, exactly.
And
And
you know
they
what's
should
scary?
be because you know what they were put in a position for our benefit. Okay, now everybody understands a little bit of corruption. We're all human, but it's gone to a point where it's like, you know what, you forgot what you're even there for.
The boat's too heavy, dude. The boat's sinking.
Yeah, the boat's sinking. The boat's, and you know what, and that goes with everything. Like they've already had this system where just print more money, send it out, and we make. Look, this is how the machine works. Now the machine's getting too heavy, and now the floor's breaking underneath. And then, sometimes there's change. Just like America became America, was a bunch of ragamuffin rich guys
to Afghanistan
fought the biggest country in the world.
How much is the pallet to Afghanistan monthly? Was it 40 million or 400 million? 400 million?
For the Taliban, yeah.
It was every month, dude, a fucking pallet of money
cash
to the Taliban.
Yeah.
Why would we do that?
Just say, hey, look, we're done. Keep that quiet. Keep your shit on the wraps.
Dude, they already got all our military, all our artillery.
Yeah, you know what? Even
$80 billion worth.
And they sold half it, and half of it they don't know how to work.
Dude,
they
crashed how many helicopters?
Russians. They had Russian technicians go over there and say, fix this, and like, okay, for sure, we'll backtrack.
Engineer the fuck out of everything.
Engineer it, yeah. But then again, Russia's got its own.
I heard that they did a lot. They disabled a lot of that stuff.
Well, just like those Stinger missiles, the Stinger missiles that went to Ukraine, they only have a height that's limited, where our Stingers go higher. So if we know we're going to get our planes go, let's say for instance that it was 15,000 feet, just have our planes fly 17,000.
Supersonic ones now, supersonic.
Hypersonic was something that China and Russia and they all have. We had it in the beginning, but we let it sit back. We figured it wasn't required. So now they have it, and they've built it, and they've perfected it in essence. So made it viable. Yeah. We haven't done it yet, but I'm sure we got shit that can do it. Even then, let's say that's the case, right? Every actor in this scenario, China, Russia, and United States, say, if we do take it to war, right, there's a no win for anybody.
Right. No, yeah, nobody wins.
There's going to be massive damage.
Yes. So
I believe. I hope.
At some point, the threat of war is it just doesn't make any sense.
Like Putin. If I'm Putin, I would think, okay, look, I have the second largest military. That's like the bar on second.
But just having it though, right?
And I took 2 years.
I'll say third
to get. Right, 40 miles out of my fucking country, and it's only fighting one bunch of ragamuff guys and mercenaries or whatnot. I'm not even fighting the other nations around, and just by throwing technology, I'm having a hard time getting across Ukraine. Am I going to fight Europe? Am I going to fight Poland, France?
Well,
it
just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense for him. So he wants to get out with the.
There's no more money.
There's no. Listen, we're not living. We're not living in a World War II era. I feel like, people say, well, World War III can still happen.
I think at some point we evolve past it. Like it doesn't make any.
I think
I
think where we are now, I think every nation, at least every superpower, has way too much to lose. And then in today's modern world, with what we have for military and weapon, I feel like the destruction would be so catastrophic that as a human race, there's no way that we can rebuild.
Albert Einstein said World War III could be fought with missiles, with nuclear bombs, but World War IV will definitely be fought with sticks and stones.
Yes,
that's like you said. We will be.
I think it would be. And we've talked about this, where I think it would. Yeah, we would go back to the caveman times. We would go back to the original time because we'd be wiped out. And how do we survive? Listen, we've watched shows like The Walking Dead, right?
Right.
Let's take the whole fucking zombie apocalypse out of the way. Look how people treat each other at that moment. When you're in despair and you have nothing else to lose, and it's based on survival, it's chaos. It's every man for themselves. And to be honest with you, most people they're gonna kill each other, and then we're gonna wipe each other all out. And whoever's left over, it would have to take a very special group of people to recreate
a society
what we've done already.
Yeah, there's always. I think that's always
always
there. Yeah, there'll always be leaders born versus followers.
And I think we know this. And I think China knows this. I know Russia knows. If you notice, every war that we've been in after World War II has been small wars.
Yeah,
meaning
nobody really fight. Yeah.
We're fighting in third world countries.
Right.
Yeah, we're fighting in third world countries, and then another superpower gets involved, but they're not getting involved.
That's how they do it. It's like you said, chess.
Yeah, it's all chess. Get
involved and shit like this. And
I don't think we have anything to worry about when it comes to like a major war. I feel like if it was going to happen, it would have happened already. We've had reasonings where other countries can get involved, like Taiwan. Was it Taiwan?
Yeah,
Taiwan, right? And then China would threaten. But seriously, like I don't see anybody interfering. We're not going to go to war with China. It's you can see our technology, their technology. We would obliterate the world as we know it. We would we would cease.
Yes,
to
but
exist.
the constant threat is necessary.
And for what reason?
Remember
Though?
you mentioned it earlier, like that constant.
Well,
the
you
idea
need to
that
know.
it could happen.
Well, you need to know.
Well,
you need to
that's
know that
who
it
your
could
neighbor
happen.
is.
That's what feeds the
It's
war
okay, bro.
machine.
I know you're America,
Yeah.
but you know what?
There's no threat.
I'm not quiet.
You're not given the
not bowing to you.
$80 billion contract to Lockheed Martin to make the next hypersonic missile because there's no threat. So the threat needs to exist.
Yeah.
It's marketing and advertising for military protection. Like
It's
it's
safe to say.
necessary.
It's safe to say that Iran, right, is our enemy, right? We hate Iran, right?
Pick which one? Who do you want
But
to be our enemy?
I'll use Iran.
Politicians
I'll use Iran.
Yeah,
right?
use Iran.
Iran
Fine.
has an Iranian embassy here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. So when you think about it, we're allowing our enemy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
To have a home
And
here.
we have an embassy there.
And we have an embassy there.
It's
so
like chess.
it's all
It's weird.
bullshit.
It's all
It's
bullshit.
all bullshit.
Yeah.
They're all in bed together. They're all like, hey, listen,
Hey, there
we
we
might
go.
cause a little war there.
If you
a
go
little
to
skirmish
Iran,
there.
we are the
But we're
the
not gonna
devils-
go to war.
We are the devils to the west
Yeah.
when
Yes.
when you're there.
Yes.
And when here, we're like,
Yes.
oh, they're the devils to the east. Like it's
Right.
It doesn't, you know.
But it's all part of the same playbook because
Yeah.
you want to know why? At the end of the day, right? These same motherfuckers will end up
Puppet
in a meeting,
masters.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
At a Bilderberg group of
Yes.
some sort.
Yes. Well, they
meeting of the
divvy
minds.
up the $400 pallet of US. You know what I mean? $400 million pallet.
Well, there you go, and that's what it is. They go there, they discuss these fucking things, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen? We know that at the Bohemian Grove, right?
Yeah.
That they discussed that the Manhattan Project was designed there. This is where a group of wealthy
people.
men,
Yeah.
right? Powerful men came together, enemies.
Yeah, they sword
These
fight.
are enemies.
They sword fight.
They sword fight. They pee on each other, right? And
Yes, they
they
determine.
talk shit over,
They
and they
determine.
go back to their countries.
Yeah, they determine.
And
Yeah.
they've planned out the next 20 years
Sure.
exactly how it's going to go.
Yeah.
And then guess what? It's to the detail.
Yeah.
This
Sure,
is not
of course.
this is not
Right.
new to us.
Right.
Right? They
Right.
know
Absolutely.
when it's new to us, right? We hear something happens and God knows where. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude,
Next day,
there's certain people who knew that they knew this was going to happen 20 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all part of the plan.
Well,
What wasn't part of the plan though
Trump.
was a Trump.
Trump.
That's why. You see, I mean, you guys are
And
religious,
that's- and that's
but there's
the
somehow
thing.
God. If you believe there's a God,
Of course.
Yeah, divine
He's gonna say
intervention. Yes. Divine.
He's gonna be like, yeah, he's gonna play a game, and he's gonna go, just a little grain somewhere. It's just that little grain will grow into everything, and that's like, oh fuck, Trump. Now the people,
That's Trump.
and it's always something like that. It's like I'm gonna throw a little wrench in the system.
He's a threat.
and I got this. He
He's
said,
a
you know,
major threat.
Yeah,
he's a major threat to
the
everything they've
establishment.
planned and built for years.
Well,
But you know what? I think it's not only just him. They're afraid of.
There's a lot of people who are on his side.
Yes.
that just won't come out.
They won't come out because
They're afraid.
they might more.
They might more because now we're starting to see it.
Yeah.
Right. All of a sudden now Saudi Arabia wants to spend what was it $900 trillion or what? Not $900 trillion, $1 trillion or whatever
They
it was.
wanted.
You never heard that.
Now,
They
now-
want to invest now in America.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
Well, here's the thing with that. They were going to have a massive project going on with Israel in Saudi Arabia.
Were they?
So when that was going to happen, Iran got wind of it, and then they knew they had to do something. And on October 7th was their plan to disrupt it, to make. So if you look at it, that's what it was. So Saudi Arabia had to stand back because they know once Saudi Arabia combines with Israel, Iran is stepping back because now you have to get through everything.
Sure.
And so Saudi Arabia is like the money maker. So so it's not like, oh, it's religious. There's other people in Iran manipulating the religious sect and all that. And like these, like we send poor boys from the south to war. You know what I mean? The military, they send poor guys who don't know or are educated. They have read the Quran. You got to do, and then they puppet master. They manipulate. There's rich people
They manipulate.
in Iran.
Yeah.
There's this wealthy guys that run around the world. They don't
Yeah.
step on foot in America,
Yeah.
but they do shit all around the world. It's just
yeah.
a different environment.
Yeah.
So, like you said, it's a bunch of bullshit where people in power are always going to gain power.
So that's a great.
They'll never
I
be.
think that's episode 79 on the Bobby Kudo Show. Maybe we come back and we talk about that because I think we're kind of getting into some deep waters here late into the show, and I just want to get
afraid to
some,
get cut off, Bobby.
No, I want to get to some quick things here.
Okay.
From who? Cut off from what?
by the government.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Probably.
They probably listen to our mics right now.
But more on a fun note, first of all, I want to say it's February, so
Yeah.
happy birthday, Gary. You got a birthday coming up,
Yep,
brother.
coming
You're
up
probably
this
not going to, I probably won't be on the show again.
When's your birthday, Gary?
Maybe it'd be great.
27th.
27th.
February 27th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he almost. Leap year, this
Yeah,
guy. Almost.
couple days late. My mom would have made me 14 years old right now.
Yeah, yeah. So happy birthday, brother.
Thank you.
Happy
No,
birthday,
Thank you,
buddy.
thank you
Hope
guys.
you're always healthy.
You're not too far
Yeah,
beyond
pretty
me.
soon. Pretty soon.
Does everybody want to know what his birthday
This
is?
is a big one. This is a big one.
March 10th,
Wait, so you're what?
No,
You're
it's not.
40. You're 49.
47.
47.
I'll be
Yeah.
47.
47. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, all right, yeah. All right.
I think it's good.
Valentine's Day is around the corner.
Valentine's Day.
You're in great shape for the year. I mean,
you,
for the year, you're gonna
Thank
go. I think keep that going. I think you'll be fine.
Hey,
I
listen, it's something about 50. Right? Women
I think you'll be fine.
love it.
Whew.
Women love it.
All right.
Let me tell you something. If
You have
were to
more
ask-
docs
if
than
you were to
Grace, so-
ask- Listen, if you were to ask most women, now I wouldn't say when they're early 20s. Early 20s is they're still too young. Right, right.
Women in
But if you
trouble.
ask any woman in their
Women are
later
trouble.
20s into their 30s,
Somewhat
and
of
you
a
would
mature
ask
woman.
them, they want a very matured, older
Experienced
gentleman.
man, yeah.
Right? There's something attractive.
It must be the salt and pepper hair.
It's the
Yeah,
salt and pepper
it is
hair.
that, yeah.
It's the idea that you're established. Whatever bullshit you have, it's in your past, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
By
Yeah, it's
this
done.
point,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
done.
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
and listen,
I'm bullshit free. I am bullshit free.
and here's the other thing. Girls like a daddy.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm
They
bullshit
do.
free.
You're a zaddy, baby. You're a zaddy. Every woman.
Yeah.
There's a thing where they always say what men gravitate to their moms, right?
Yeah.
Right. Kind of.
Yeah, I know what
Right.
you're
I'm not saying in a sexual way.
Right, no, I know what
But
you mean.
but there's
Yeah, yeah,
something
yeah.
you look up to that you
Yeah.
admire
And
about
a girl
your
admires by the father. Yeah.
Exactly. And so like when a woman looks at a man, they look at
Protection, strength,
protection, strength.
alpha.
They want to
then you
feel
go
that
to
same
the
reassurance.
nurture- the
You're not
nurturing,
getting that
right.
shit from a young fucking gentleman.
No.
You just don't do. You just don't get it because
Right.
it
Right.
takes us forever to fucking figure shit out.
When they attract those young guys,
So
that
Bobby, embrace it. You're in the golden age. You're in the age of like.
Yeah, dude. I'm just so occupied.
Now you just gotta.
I just want to keep doing this.
You just
bro.
wanna keep doing
I just
this?
want to keep
There you
doing this, bro. Like, I'm so.
Well, that's the problem, though.
Yeah,
Most
no
men
drama
at that age,
here.
it's like, I just want peace. Like,
Dude,
I don't
no,
want to do
that's
bullshit.
it. No,
You should
dude,
embrace. You should embrace.
embrace
There
it,
is
yeah.
You should
no
embrace
dr-
this.
There is no drama here,
Yeah.
bro. I'm gonna. The
a
idea that I get to
beautiful
sit
age.
here this evening,
Yeah.
record this episode with
Yeah.
you two.
Yeah.
Like I'm in my. I don't know if you can see it on my
You're
face.
zen?
Dude. I'm in
Yeah,
my,
yeah.
I'm
I see
in
it all
my-
the time. I
I'm
see
in
every
a-
time
I'm
we
in a-
sit down in these chairs.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I absolutely love it. I'm in my element. You know what I mean?
Well,
So,
that's-
dude, I just want to say thank you guys. This means a lot to me to have you in here, and I think this is a
Thank you
great
for having us over.
like way.
Yeah.
I just dude to have you guys on the Bobby Kudo show. It's just
Yeah.
it's an awesome.
Well, this is my
pleasure.
first one.
No, yeah, exactly, not the last.
Okay.
Dude,
Yeah. First Bobby
I'd
Kudo
actually
show.
like to have you back in, and maybe we talk
Yeah.
about your journey, bro, and like where you're at, and
Yeah,
you know, we
sure.
got Pinnacle Painting. If anybody's interested
Yeah.
in how would they get a hold of you?
The easiest way is probably to call me or text me.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
like Instagram.
Instagram
Is-
is actually my Instagram is Pinnacle Painting Co. So it's at Pinnacle Painting.
Co.
Is it Co? Yeah, Co. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank right now. Actually,
On there.
but if you type me in, you'll see me.
Pinnacle
There's
Painting.
there's
And then
not many.
Facebook. Yeah, you're big on Facebook.
I'm big on Facebook, but I'm definitely bigger on.
and they can find you through me if they
Yeah,
go to
they could.
the
They
Bobby Kudo
could.
show.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
they can do that too.
But that'd be probably the easiest way.
Cool.
Instagram is a big
What kind of
platform
painting
that
do you
I use.
interior, exterior, any specialties? At all?
I
Yeah,
do.
right.
I do a lot of interior. I do some exterior. I do.
You do
everything.
some.
I do
Dude, I
everything.
just did that whole stain job. That looks amazing under that overhang on that garage. Dude.
Oh
That was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
was
So that
beautiful.
house actually, it's funny. I'm meeting up with that owner tomorrow. I have to fix
I
one of
saw
those
that.
doors.
It's
But
crazy.
yeah, it's I gotta say like probably my favorite thing to do is interiors. I'm a stickler for detail. I like nice trim.
Dude,
I like
your
smooth.
lines are OCD.
And let me tell you something. It's the lines.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
those.
Gary, you should follow him. You probably follow him. You follow.
I'll take a look
right
at
through.
it. I'll
Yeah,
look
it's
at it
amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, it's something I do. I love to do it. Like anything else, it's a lot of work, tedious work. But I've always liked the reaction. See, to be honest with you, you know what? Like I said earlier, I love to have. Everybody loves money, right?
Sure.
I didn't start this to do it for free, of course. You know, I want to.
I love how you use the term byproduct because I say that all the time. I say that all the
because
time.
it is.
It is.
Money is a byproduct,
It is,
right?
dude.
If you're
It
chasing
is.
the money, that's a big issue right now because you're never gonna find happiness
Yes.
in the money. The
Right.
money can give you happiness.
Yeah.
You can buy a thing you want. You can go on vacation. But if
I consider
you
it bridge.
hate getting
I call
up
it-
in the
I call it
morning,
bridge. It's a bridge. Like
Yeah.
if you need to get from here to there, it helps you get from here to there. Like
Yeah.
all around us right here.
Yeah.
If I wasn't working, I couldn't have any.
and
of this,
anybody
you know
can make money.
Yep.
Anybody
Yep.
can money. Anybody can, but not everybody feels that they could do what they love to
Sure,
do,
sure,
right? And I feel like that's the issue. So we've talked about this
Yeah,
many
right.
times. We've
Yep,
talked
yep.
to Derek as well.
Yep,
That the best thing to do is to find what you love to do.
That's it.
Right? And find the niche, find the area, find the space within that space that's gonna catapult you. Because it's not always, you don't have to be the best at everything. You just gotta be the best at the one thing that you know that you can do.
I believe
Right?
the key to success, bro, is being able to fix people's problems.
Yeah. If you're a problem solver,
you got to portray something that gives value to others.
Every
value.
Every
It's value.
business, like Coca-Cola doesn't sell soda.
Yeah.
They sell emotions.
Yeah. McDonald's doesn't sell burgers.
They sell emotions.
Yeah. What happens
It's about
when
how it makes you feel. You know what I mean?
And you know, listen, we all know that McDonald's is
Right.
bad, Coca-Cola is bad.
Right.
But let me tell you something.
Yeah.
It makes you feel good for a minute.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you're drinking that Coke,
Yep.
it feels great.
Yeah.
When you're eating that burger, it feels great.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
everything's all. I've always said this: emotional based. Everything is tied to emotions
Because
people purchase emotions.
Yeah, women are
Not
the biggest
logic.
consumer, and they go more highly on emotion. They are a bigger consumer than men. And you're right, people do make emotional
That's
decisions.
the key to Amazon. Amazon's key marketing is
women.
emotion. Yeah,
Do you
emotion,
think women hire me more or men?
I honestly, I know I'm kind of, I would say women, because I think in my relationship, my past relationship, she was making the decision. The colors wasn't my thing. I wasn't picking, and it was always her making that decision, and me going, okay, that's fine with me.
Well, there you go.
All right, that's cool.
I worked in sales, right? And it was always the woman making the decisions on what they want, because for a guy, that's not their
Whatever,
space,
it's
right?
not their
So who you
space.
selling to, bro? Who you selling to?
I'm selling to women. Yeah, I sell to everybody, but women
Yeah.
are my main
Your forte of
my
like
main
80-20 rule.
Because want to know why also too? They can appreciate the work. Yeah. They understand being neat, clean, tidy, all these things.
Finish.
So like when you
The
see
finish.
the finish work. So like,
How long you been doing this, Dave?
long time. So I mean, the business itself is
No, like just painting. Like,
painting.
Yeah.
Oh my god. 16 years.
16 years. So you have 16 years of experience,
Yeah.
and then running the business yourself.
3. On my own at 3.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good, man. That's definitely, if anybody's like, oh, he's having enough experience, like, I mean,
16 years, yeah.
Well,
that's
I
pretty
always
good.
say my work speaks for
Why-
itself.
when did you decide you were going to do this on your own? Did something happen? You're like, fuck this, I
COVID.
could do this on my own.
COVID.
Oh, okay.
COVID did a lot for a lot of people.
COVID
man.
forced me. COVID forced me to make a move, and I've always felt like I've always wanted to do something, and I didn't know what. And I'm not to say that painting is the end all be all. It's just something that I chose because I'm very good at it.
Are you
Done it for a
happier
long
now?
time.
Doing your own thing?
That's what I was going to go. I was going to ask
See, again, it's not about the money for me, right? It's about being
you ever
able
get
to
tired?
make my own decisions.
Yeah, but you're doing
it's time.
both. You're doing both, dude. Because
Yes.
before you're not doing
Yes.
the bookkeeping. Now you're doing the bookkeeping and you're
I'm doing
the painting.
everything. I hate it.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
that's what I was going to ask. Like everybody says, do what you love. Okay, you're doing what you love.
Yeah.
And then some.
Now it's like, all right, and then some. Now it's like, oh,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
But I will say I love the journey.
Yeah. I love doing this, but the editing
journey
sucks.
And I've told Bobby this. The journey for me, I almost makes me sad to think of a day that I've reached my limits with painting, right?
Yeah.
Because that means that
Tend to move to
I'm no
something
longer
else.
in love with it anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And and the journey is almost like I'm not enjoying
It's so
it
funny you say
anymore.
that. That happened to me when I used to have, I used to be a mechanic.
Yeah.
I had a couple of
Yeah.
garages,
Yeah.
and that happened to me. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't want to do this anymore for a living.
Yeah.
Like, I love
That's
doing
what
it.
I'm afraid. Not that I'm afraid, but I see
I
that
love
more
the
often
journey.
than not.
I love
Like,
the journey.
You can pivot though. You can shift.
If you,
Yeah,
if,
yeah,
if
and
you
it's
have
okay.
your finances
Do
in order,
something
you
else.
should be able to
And
pivot.
sometimes
Yeah.
and
Right.
it's kind of like relationships sometimes. Like, sometimes relationships work and sometimes they don't. But it's like anything else where eventually things change. And you thought maybe I'm going to put this is my life for the rest of my life. I'm going to own a painting business. And we say these things. That's not always true. So because life changes over time, right? Of
course.
And I think we change,
everything.
too.
We change.
Dude, it changes
And
in a fucking second.
yeah. And all of a sudden, it only takes one day, one time, one opportunity, somebody to bring to your attention something that makes you think a little bit different. You're like, wait a minute. I'm this age. You know what I mean? I'm here. And I got presented with this opportunity. And this opportunity looks a lot better than what I'm doing right now. And that usually tells me at that point, maybe this is
Maybe I'm doing the right thing.
maybe this is done, and I need to venture off to something else. I feel like with people, we're always changing, right?
Yeah.
And we can't stay still. When it's very different than our parents. Our parents lived out of necessity.
Yeah.
Right?
And
they had to do what.
no matter what they had here. Yeah.
We're brought up in a different time.
We've
now.
had everything.
We grew up
With
so
everything.
They grew up poor. We never grew up poor. Now, did we struggle? Of course. Every family struggles, I think, to a degree. But
compared to them, they're like.
But compared to them,
like this is great.
we're given something, we get bored with it. I want something new, and I feel like that's the space we live in today.
That's our own.
We've
first world
created
problems.
this space. Yeah, we've created this environment. So like now, after so many years, you may not like it anymore, and you're looking for the next best thing.
So
But it's
real quick,
important
so
to keep. You got to keep focused though.
Do you find yourself with more or less time? personal
I
time?
find myself. It depends. I find myself sometimes with less time, and then sometimes I find myself with more time. Sometimes.
So you feel balanced.
You get to control most of your time.
Yeah,
though.
right. Yeah.
They say, "Look, I'm gonna do this
that's-
job. If not,
yeah.
I'm gonna handle it. I got something to do."
I can say no to a job.
Yeah,
I don't have to take the job.
Right.
I can say I can leave at 2, but you got to be smart as a business owner.
Of course.
You got to put in time. So like if I'm gonna leave at 2, I got
Gotta
to
be productive.
But exactly. But what I like the most about being a business owner is that I don't have to answer to, let's say, a boss and be like, "Hey, boss, can I do
but
this?"
Now, how is that?
Hey,
as a feeling?
can I? Oh,
Yeah, but you have to answer.
It's-
You have to answer to David. You have. To
I have to answer to the customer.
You have to
and
answer to
answer
the
to myself.
Yeah, you're
but I
kind
can
of-
live with that.
Yeah,
I can live with
you're
that.
kind of
You
with
make
this.
call the shots.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I'm responsible for that. So if I decide to leave early, 2 hours early every day,
Yeah.
that's going to affect me somewhere.
Oh, of course,
right?
of course.
But
So
there's
I have
nobody
to be
saying, "Hey,
responsible.
we're not gonna. Don't come back tomorrow." No one's ever gonna tell you, "Don't come back tomorrow. You're fired."
Yeah.
Correct.
You say, "I'm controlling."
I
shots."
like the idea. I've always had an issue of when I was younger, when I
Working
first
for
started
the man.
working for the man. My dad worked for the man. My dad worked for 40 years.
Dude, I worked with
Right?
your dad.
Yeah. And you know
I
that.
s-
I worked
I-
there.
I was
That place sucked.
but it paid stupid money.
Well, for its time.
So, dude, it was like being in a hick town, right? The one factory,
Yeah, the coal mine,
right?
yeah.
And it's a bakery. It's baking bread.
Yeah.
And your dad used to weld the racks.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was training, I actually got to work with him, and he's like, "Tka, tka, tka," and it's like a TIG weld.
welder.
Yeah.
And, tack welder, and it's tack welding all the racks. And he did that for how long?
He had a couple different positions. By the time when he retired,
That was what he was doing when he retired. Because remember he had the surgery. He had the shoulder surgery.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's when it was kind of he was
He
done.
used
He
to-
retired.
I know he used to work a machine. One time I went down there because so the listeners
a bread
understand
line.
this. There was 2 plants. It was a bakery. And I won't.
One was the bakery cooking the ovens,
Production.
and the other end was
Yeah,
the
I worked
conveyors.
production.
I didn't. I worked in the conveyor.
And I actually liked the production spot.
Bagging.
Yeah, it was just so fucking hot
Hey,
up there.
just so, let's share this with everybody. Everybody who's crazy about bread, it's all the same fucking bread.
all the bread.
It's just the bags.
Yeah, truth's out.
they
Truth's
change-
out. Listen,
the
you think,
truth is
hey,
out.
Oh, Shaw's is better. Stop
No,
and Shop. No.
It's the bags.
all the same.
It all depends how many bags.
It's
That's
all
it.
the same.
That's
It
it.
doesn't-
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah,
it's so
different
funny
branding.
because I've had that happen to
all
me.
the same bread.
I've had people say, "Oh, you work there?
Yeah.
The bread is so different at Stop and Shop. It's so
No,
much
it's not.
softer.
Nope.
It's not.
Lies.
It's made in the same batch,
Yes.
same machine, same facility.
Yep.
They're just changing out the bread every so often.
That's amazing.
I'm sorry, the bags.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all they're doing. That's
Yeah.
all they're doing.
Hey, true
Now-
story. I worked there. It was a fucking mess. I had no business working there. They had me on the overnight shift. So here I am.
Everybody had
on,
worked the overnight
dude.
shift.
I'm on the hot dog line, the King Cullen hot dog line.
Oh, something got in there and it
Dude,
went down the.
it's 3:00 in the morning.
Oh, I remember this.
I'm watching fucking bread.
My
Dude,
dad
they
told
actu-
me. My
they
dad
actually,
told
they
me.
actually created a rule over this.
Yeah.
And
Bobby set the bar.
so I start to doze a little bit, not realizing it. And when I did, at the time, I used to wear a beeper. I had
That's
a
it.
pager.
That was it. Yeah. I
And
heard
the
this about
pager-
They
it.
banned it because of you.
Dude, the pager got up on the conveyor, and it went with the King Cullen hot dog line. Into the bag. It went all the way to New York. It made it all the way to New York. A woman bought the bag of bread, and when it vibrated. It was vibrating. When she
She could
checked
put a
out.
hot dog in it.
Oh
She
my
got to eat
God.
the hot dog now,
Dude,
baby.
They were fucking mad. They were so. Dude, it was on the news.
No, it wasn't.
Of course it was. What do
Yeah.
you think the woman did? Woman buys a dude with a beeper in
Oh,
it.
I went to the fucking news channel.
That's
I would've called
why
back
it was a
then,
local
man.
news thing, and then that's why they made the
I
rule.
wouldn't get.
They made the rule.
That's the thing with me. I wouldn't have give a fuck. I would have started like, oh, what the fuck? And I would have
Yeah.
said, listen, there's a beeper in here.
Hey,
Give me
somebody's beeper's
And I
in
would have
here,
just got
yeah.
another piece of
Yeah,
bread.
but understand
Yeah.
the time.
Well
Dude. A
done.
beeper was like technology, and the idea that a beeper ended up in bread
was alien technology.
Like today, we're like, oh, it was just a beeper. No, back then it was
Well,
a
me
beeper.
immediately comments it's like, oh, some poor bastard forgot his beeper. He's probably stressed about it, and you just
You know-
call like the factory and say, hey, somebody lost a beeper. I got it.
funny, dude.
Just
You
to
know
let
that's
them
almost happened a couple. Because I used to with my phone. I had my Nextel. Remember the Nextels?
Yeah.
I had my Nextel, which was obviously the same thing, right?
Yeah.
But bigger. And I remember one time
We should bring that back.
I know they should.
was
I've been
great.
saying it forever. It was so great.
It was
so
great.
cheap. It was 40
Yes,
bucks.
it was
40
awesome.
$40 a
You think you
month.
could go back to that? Think about it.
I couldn't.
You like, oh shit, I gotta find something to text this person back.
No, if we could talk, especially if I'm working, like to be like, hey,
you
all
have
right,
that now,
go ahead.
though. You have that now.
That's all. Yeah. But it
Remember,
was
technology
just
doesn't come
smart.
back.
It was smart technology for its
It
time.
was cool,
Absolutely.
man.
Because you
I
always had
loved it.
service no matter
I loved
where
it.
you were. It was a walkie-talkie.
We
It was
used to do a
walk-in.
Comcast. We all had it. So,
Yeah.
dude, you drive by, you see somebody in a 7-Eleven, like one of your boys, you'd be
Yeah.
like, ah! Screaming at it, dude.
You know what I used to do with my boys? So, but we always had it on blast, right?
Yeah.
So we would send the signal, right?
Yeah.
And they wouldn't respond. If they
Like,
didn't respond,
hey,
if I knew,
Joe.
as soon as,
Hey,
you
Joe.
say some fucked up shit.
Yeah, hey, Joe.
Like,
That was the best part.
That was the
dude.
best.
That was the best
You couldn't
part.
control it. You
No,
could not
you
control
couldn't.
it.
That
Right.
still happens.
Yeah.
There was something like I think it was on TikTok that the kid did to his father, and it's going, and it's like, "Aye, Poppy, aye," and he's just like looking down.
Oh, yeah,
people
yeah.
looking at him and laughing. He just looks at his son. And he's like, "Mother." I was
Dude,
like,
Shannon
that was so
Sharp.
hilarious.
See that? Shannon Sharp?
No.
He accidentally went on Instagram Live and he was
That's old news.
having sex.
But
well,
he left his phone open.
He left the phone open.
He left his phone up.
Yeah,
you
and
can
now,
hear it.
hey, dude, and now
he was
dude,
going
it's
to-
brilliant.
oh, he was
I
going to
think-
work.
hey,
It was a woman, right?
I think
What's
he
that?
did-
It was a woman, right?
It was his woman. Yeah.
I think he did it on purpose because now he promotes hymns.
Smart.
See, it's very
Brilliant.
It's insane. It's insane.
Brilliant.
By the way,
oh, he was brilliant.
By
With
the
him.
way,
Smart, the
Or
whole
him
thing.
would say, "Let's get him."
Yeah, now
Smart.
he's.
By
Well,
the way, I
mean,
think
maybe,
also
maybe it was
too,
something
we
he
should
was
get on
already
that-
working on.
Yeah, we should get on that Blue Chew sponsorship. We should
You
make a
want it?
couple of
We
videos.
should. We do. We should.
Let me
We
tell you
should.
something.
We should.
We use it too much. Not
should.
to.
Yeah, we should do it.
Yeah,
we should do it.
You
That would be great.
definitely- yeah. He
what
has
is it,
hymns. We get Blue Chew.
What's his Bad Friends? Bad
Yes.
Friends. They
do it.
I think it's an easy one. I think it's one of those
There's
affiliates.
actually a
that
lot
it's
of
an easy
people.
one.
There's a lot of people
Yeah,
that
it's easy.
that
It's easy
will.
one.
Yeah,
What,
it's
Bad
very.
Friends?
Well, they use that
Blue
as a
Chew.
sponsor affiliate. That's one
Yeah.
of their biggest sponsors. And
Yeah.
I think it's an easy one. Even if we wanted to, like, if I said the Bobby Kudo Show, go to, slash Blue Chew / the Bobby Kudo Show, you get a percentage of whatever.
an
so-
affiliate.
We'll have
Yeah,
Derek do
affiliate,
it. We'll have
yeah.
Derek do a
Derek
skit.
do it.
If
Yeah,
they get Blue
yeah.
Chew through you, you get the
Yeah,
payment.
yeah.
Just like Amazon.
Yeah.
People, on YouTube, I'll go through it, and you see the affiliates, through that person. They get pennies.
Yeah.
But it's money.
So listen, just real quick, I just want to just touch something real quick, and I want to promote the Unda, Unda, the Bridge podcast.
Yes.
David is my co-host on the
Yes.
show. Derek Cadero is our co-host. He's
Couldn't be here today.
couldn't be here today, so we did a Bobby Kudo show, and Gary's been a guest on the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
On both.
and- and
Good
if-
time.
Yeah, and if you haven't, go give that a listen. It's
Yeah.
just a lot of fun. Just
Yeah, I'll be
some-
uploading some
It's
of
a
the
good
stuff.
listen.
Yeah.
Just a good
Yeah.
listen, just to have fun, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
I listen
Oh,
to a lot of
lightheartedness.
podcasts, and it's everything is like getting my mind. Like it's so nice. Like I listen to Bad Friends because it's just nothingness. It's funny.
yes.
and that's what the Under the Bridge is. It's funny.
It's funny,
there's
it's comical,
content
it's
in
kind
there,
of off script.
There's music. There's
Yeah.
it's just funny.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a fun
Yeah.
show. So
I tell my girlfriend, I say, because she asks, she's like, when you do these podcasts,
Yeah.
she's like, what are you guys actually doing? I said, and I respond, I'm like, babe, all day long we have to be professionals.
of course,
Right.
absolutely,
We have to
dude.
be
Yes.
somebody for someone, right?
Yes. Well said, David.
Yeah.
Well said, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're,
Perfect.
always,
That's
we're always
perfect.
trying to be somebody for someone.
Yes,
and
I love
it's a space that we could just be ourselves.
Absolutely.
and almost sometimes tie into our childhood sometimes.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day,
Yes.
as men,
Dude, we're vulnerable.
right,
We
we're
become
vulnerable. And
Yeah.
sometimes we just want to be
But
kids.
now the world hears it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Pretty
it's
much guys
fun.
hang
And
around
you know
with the
what?
world,
We're
right?
not the only ones that have the sense of humor. Not
Sure.
everybody gets our sense of humor. Like not everybody gets Bad Friends.
Right.
And I get
Right,
it.
exactly.
We don't need to get everybody, but
Yeah.
it's a safe space for any kind of guy or any kind of woman who just has a side to them that wants to hear just
fun, dude. And
bullshit.
and there's good
and
content
fun,
in there.
and there's good
We
content.
talk truth,
we still
dude.
talk
We talk
politics.
current updates. Yes,
Sometimes
absolutely.
there's a little bit of a twist with it. Sometimes
Absolutely.
Raj has his own opinion, and he comes in and gives his
Dude, I have
motivational
so
speeches.
much. Dude, I have so much fun on that show.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
so
I
it's
fuck with
definitely
it.
a space for anybody who just wants to laugh and I would say probably my favorite segment, obviously talking our
Sure,
our,
sure.
our dialogue, our conversations.
Yeah.
But definitely have.
Oh, dude, we have
the prank
Kayla on the
calls.
show.
Yeah,
Like,
the prank
it's fair.
calls.
Like, she's amazing. She's great to have on the show.
Kayla's
She's
great.
comical. Your
Yep.
boy Loco was on the show.
Yep.
Joe Costa was on the show.
Yeah,
so
Joe
all these,
Costa.
all these different guests. Dude,
he was
just-
he was a little taken back by the last episode.
dude, I gave him a heads up. I'm like, dude, and he's like, dude, I want to have fun. I want to relax. I'm like, dude, perfect. If you're
you
in
know
the
what's
mindset,
and he blended.
dude,
right
he just right
Yeah,
in.
He
gets
went right
it.
in.
He gets it.
He got
gets
it. He
Like
got
Gary,
it.
dude, he get like
Yeah.
they just get it.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
and honestly, guys, to me, you guys don't know each other,
Yeah.
right? And I feel like I'm the catalyst. You know what I mean? I see
Yeah.
you guys. And I'm like, you know what? We'd be great together. Like this would be
Well,
great.
we went out that
energy.
one time.
Yeah.
And I said, we're sitting there. I'm like, you know what?
Right.
Alcohol makes a lot of things better, though.
Dude, let me tell you something.
No, I'm kidding. We had fun.
Let me tell you something. That night, so it was a while since I had a night like that, right?
So much fun.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. And I went home that night, and I told Steph, I said, tonight was one of the nights it reminded me of my youth.
I love that.
Right? When I was a teenager.
Yeah.
And it's not the wild things. We didn't do anything crazy. No. But it was the scenario, the events that took place. We were on the battleship.
Yep.
It was a beautiful night.
Yeah, it was a beautiful
Crazy,
it was
dude.
Beautiful sunset.
Yep.
We watched about 45 fights that night.
Right, and then some.
Right?
Drinks
drinks.
Yeah. That was this Bobby Kudo's show sponsored event.
Yeah. And then we went from there. We went to, where did we go? We went to the Belmont, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Belmont.
Yeah. It was a great,
That's
and
funny.
it was just a great
That was a
time.
good
It just, to be honest with you.
Well, we started at Barrett's.
Yes,
We
that's
ate,
right. That's
we
right.
had
That's
dinner.
right.
We had a couple of drinks.
Then
And
we
then
went
we
on
went
the
And
to
it was
the
that
Battleship.
night that we said at Barrett's, we said, hey, this could be something.
Absolutely,
I
bro.
said, I like this. I feel like we all agree on a lot of things, but it's nice to have somebody.
I would have invited Joe, that Joe.
Yeah.
He's got pneumonia. This is my Megan's Joe.
She's,
that came with
she's
us.
my Megan.
Yeah. Well, Joe's got pneumonia, so he couldn't. I was going to be like, hey, bro. I didn't even mention it to him because I knew he'd be heartbroken because he'd love to be. I thought it'd be a very great chemistry.
Dude, he's
Like,
crazy.
Fun.
Dude,
I love.
dude,
Dude,
it's a good time.
he is the quietest, craziest person I've ever met.
He's
That's where I
diabolical.
was going to go with it.
He's diabolical.
He's
Yeah.
diabolical.
He's
Yeah.
quiet. It's
Yes.
like,
You
wait,
look
what
at
did
him
you
and
do?
you're
What are
like,
you gonna do?
he's
It's
such a
always the
nice
quiet
guy. He's
ones.
quiet, but he's nuts. He's
It's always the
absolutely
quiet ones.
insane.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
carries himself so like I don't
good
know.
demeanor, like
Yeah.
Good demeanor.
You couldn't expect it. And
Yeah.
But he's
I got
gonna
a
surprise
little,
you.
I got a little conflict with the Bernardo boxing. I'm just gonna air it out right now. I don't know if they're gonna listen.
Why, because
or
they
not,
haven't responded
Well,
back
you
to
know
you,
what,
or-
dude? When I sponsored I sponsored two events.
Yeah.
I sponsored that event, and then I sponsored the last event, and that was expensive. It wasn't cheap.
Oh
And-
yeah, because they didn't give us VIP.
Well, they did, but I paid for the VIP, but it wasn't.
But where was the VIP?
It was supposed to. We were supposed to have the seats.
We were
right up
supposed to sit
front.
right there.
Yeah.
Remember the guy told us to get the fuck out of
That's
there.
all right. It's okay.
Fucking
And then
guy.
anyway, it didn't matter because we were getting drinks anyway. We were having a blast.
Right.
And
Officer
then
Cutie.
I did the second event at the CYO where
Yeah.
I went there. I actually went there. Yeah, Officer Cutie.
Officer Cutie.
I actually went there and had the event where I gave away gift certificates, like a whole thing. And my only stipulation was, you guys promised me an episode. Like, I want you guys to come on the Bobby Kudo
He's never
show,
done one
with
and
you?
I want you to talk about the box because dude, he does a lot of charity there.
Yeah.
A lot of kids go there after school youth programs. He does a lot for the community. And he's like, I said, I know you're busy, so when you're ready, hit me up. Let me know. Like, we follow each other on Facebook, Instagram, all that. I'm on Facebook the other day, and I look, and they're doing this fucking live event with the Fall River Reporter. Like from Fall River, you know the Facebook.
Yeah,
Fall
I know what
River?
you're talking about.
Not Fall River Reporter. What is it?
Yeah, I know. For a report.
The one
Is
with
it
the
Fall River
knuckles.
Talk?
With the knuckles. Fall River Talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing a live event with Fall River Talk
I think it's Fall
podcast.
River Talk.
And I'm like, the guy's not even a sponsor of yours. Like, and you're gonna go and like.
That's a one-man show, by the way.
No,
That
but
one
no,
guy.
Yeah, but it's okay. Dude,
Which is fine, which is fine.
Dude, no
Which is
hate to him.
fine.
It's no hate to him. I'm just saying that dude. I sponsor your shit, dude.
Yeah.
I'm giving you my money,
Yeah.
and I'm asking you to come in and promote your. Give me an episode, but yet you're gonna hang out with the Fall River.
So is this an official call out?
Yeah, it's a good call. Yeah.
So how about
yeah,
this? How
yeah,
about this?
Yeah.
How about this?
Yeah, it is.
How about we arrange a boxing match between you and him?
Oh, Bernard, he would kick my ass. Yeah, he's a big dude. He's a big dude. He's
Really?
a big kid. Yeah,
I saw him. He's a big dude.
Yeah, he's got solid.
How old is he?
He's probably in his 30s. He's in his 30s.
What if you guys had oversized gloves?
Late 20s. Late 20s.
Oversized gloves.
No, I can't.
Like the gloves will go up to the shoulders.
Yeah, I can't.
He wants to make it to that age. Remember?
Yeah. Dude, I have enough brains to know that I don't have enough brains to give up.
Is it
even with headgear?
It's one too many shots. There was a time that I wanted to do that. To this time, I can't do
Crap.
it.
All right. Well.
Yeah, I got a herniated disc in my neck, dude. It's like it's all bad. Like
It's all,
yeah, I'd be
he's
like
it's all falling
I'd be
apart.
convulsing on the. Yeah, I'd be all bad, so bad. Yeah,
You know what would be interesting though? You did mention it earlier in there, and I got to bring it up again.
Okay.
Oh, it was hilarious. having Tyke Myson in the ring.
dude, for real, right?
Let me tell you something. Him
Right.
calling out all the fighters.
Right.
Like I got
Right,
I'm telling
seriously.
you right now. I'm telling you right now. That would
Well,
create
to promote, like he could do a little comedy skit before the boxing starts,
Right.
or not when it starts. Like do all the kids, and then when it gets to the real box, right before that, have him go up there and do a whole skit as Tyke Myson. You know what I mean? And call people out. Dude, he could even call me out. I would fight him.
He would.
We could do a pretend like that I'm mad because they didn't ask me to be on my podcast, and now you want to talk shit, Bobby? Like I would do that whole thing with him. I would.
100%.
I would get in the ring and would he knock me out or would I knock him out?
You would have to knock him out because it shows. Well, I don't want to say it on the air.
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, I
well,
mean,
it would show that he's not that good, right?
Yeah.
Meaning, I'm not saying anything about you, but anybody, him taking a fall every.
What if
time.
what if we never fight? What if it's all like just in the face, blah blah, and we
a lot
never
of audio stuff.
A lot of audio.
It's all up there in the face, and it never metastasized.
Yeah.
But is it going to be you against him or you against the?
Or I never actually fight him. Somebody else comes in and intervenes and says, "I'll fight him." Because he's younger.
Well, don't announce this right now because everybody knows.
Expecting
it. Just keep
we
it
could cut this
surprise.
out.
We're scripting.
Yeah, we're scripting.
Yeah.
Well, you ever see that guy? I don't know if you could pull it up before we leave. The boxer with the curly hair that fights weird. Apparently.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, dude.
If he had a stance like that,
yeah, you wouldn't catch
maybe
him.
like this.
Yeah, but
rather than like this,
Yeah,
he'd be
yeah,
more like
yeah,
this.
yeah.
And his punches come like this, right? And he's very very
Like-
goofy with it.
Or
I think-
handicap one guy.
Yeah,
over the other?
and he always has a robe on.
I got
always has boots on.
Dude, I got it.
Right?
I got it.
That's the character.
I
He's
got
always wearing the same outfit
I got
all
it.
the time.
I got
I
it.
never heard of him.
We go through the whole thing,
Yeah.
and I might have to edit this out.
Sure.
We go through the
Might have to
whole
edit all of it,
process,
actually.
dude. The referee's in the ring, and we get in the middle. We bump hands, and we go to our corners, and it goes ding, ding, ding. And as soon as we're gonna go at it, dude, this white towel comes flying out of nowhere, right in the middle of the ring, dude. And it's from his trainer or whatever it is. You know what I mean? And the fight is over because he threw the towel in the ring, dude.
That's a good one.
Right? So nobody.
It's gotta be.
Nobody gets beat up. Nobody loses.
Also,
you
too,
know what I mean?
I also too think
Because you're right. There's that alpha dominant thing, and
he
you
should
eliminate
also.
that.
So if we did, let's say, one of those boxing matches,
He sets
right?
it up so the
right?
towel goes.
He should also interview some of those boxers as Tyke Mason.
Right? Absolutely. Would they leave the ring?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Telling ya.
He should be the guy sitting there with the mic,
Yes.
asking them questions.
Yes. I think we're
in a
onto
Tyke
something.
Mason.
All right, listen. We should probably take this
format.
off air. We should probably
Format.
take this off air.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
what I was gonna say.
We're gonna take this
Please
off.
come-
air.
Yeah, take it off.
Yeah, because this is
And then
this is like copyright infringement. Because
Yeah.
once we do this, it's gonna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we definitely need to do it.
Gary.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for making the time.
Yeah,
to call.
Gary.
I know you worked today, bro. Me too. I've been up since 3 in the morning. I was in Framingham this morning, but
Oh, jeez.
this is very important to me tonight. So,
Yeah.
thank you, Gary. Appreciate it, bro.
Violin music.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dude,
Thank you for having me over.
anything you want to mention, bro? Anything you want to mention?
Nothing right now. Yeah,
No?
just
Dude, real
close
quick, February, right? It's,
Yeah.
it's a couple of months into the new year. Any goals? Anything you're happy with?
I do have a couple goals,
Yeah.
things I want to see, but I want to keep them private. But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But
All
goals, everybody should have some kind of goal or something to
Sure.
look forward to.
Yeah.
I suggest that everybody,
Yeah.
even no matter how long it takes.
Personal,
the journey.
business, whatever. I
Both,
agree with
yeah.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta have.
Motivate.
You gotta have
Motivate.
something
Carrot.
to motivate
The
you.
carrot. The donkey needs to move.
I'm
You
gonna
gotta
say
dangle
something.
The carrot.
I've been sick, right? This whole week, and I was home. Yeah, today was my first day back at work, so I've been home for like 4 days, and I thought I was gonna go nuts. I felt like I had no purpose, and I don't know how anybody does it. I don't know how anybody can just
Yeah, it's
not
hard. It's
have
hard.
something to do. And I think about the people
Yeah, dude.
who collect a government check
That's
every
why
month.
there's
and-
a lot of.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm
criminal
sitting there
behavior.
and I'm like, I actually felt depressed. I felt depressed. And aside from the sickness, I felt like crap. I sat there and I texted Steph and I'm like, I'm so depressed right now. I'm so down. I'm so bored. I don't know what to do with my fucking life. I dread the next day because the next day I'm still gonna stay home because I'm not feeling. I don't.
'cause you're a
I don't
go-getter.
understand. Yeah,
You know what I
I
mean?
don't
That's what it
understand
is.
not having a goal.
goal.
We have this one life. It's all we got.
Yeah.
Is this one life. We don't know what happens. We do know. I mean, some of us believe. I believe. But it's not the same thing. It's here. So
Right.
you got to take what you
Yeah,
know.
here,
This
yeah.
is what we know.
Give him the gift, do something with it.
Do something with it because 10 years, boom, gone. 5 years, gone. And you're going to look back. And now I'm at an age where I don't feel indestructible anymore.
Sure.
I'm feeling that right now.
I don't feel it anymore.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
When I was in my 30s, I did. I turned 40 in April. I'm going to be 41 in coming up this April.
Yeah.
And now I'm starting to realize, like, and I've told you this.
And it comes fast.
For years, I always looked at life as I have so many years, so many years.
Infinite.
I'm looking at life a little bit different.
Sure.
I'm looking at life as I only have X amount of years
Sure, right,
left.
Right.
And so I need to take advantage of what time I have here. Motivate myself.
Yep.
Be happy.
Urgency.
Yeah.
Urgency.
Find the
Urgency.
good shit. Don't take
Yes.
shit for granted. And
Yes.
find happiness wherever you can find
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Because I'm telling you right now, I wish I knew this younger. And
David?
I tell my daughter this all the time. And she's 11 years old.
Yeah.
And I never no one ever told me these things. But I'm making sure that my daughter knows this.
Sure.
You live in the moment.
Yeah.
Enjoy these
Sure.
moments.
Personal excellence
Yeah.
is the ultimate rebellion.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
You know?
100%.
You know, and with that said, I thank you, everybody, for
Good night,
listening.
everybody.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Please
everyone.
go listen and follow the show, Apple Podcast,
Yep.
Spotify. Please follow. That's so important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Email the show, thebobbykudo@gmail.com.
And Under the Bridge. Make
Yeah,
sure you
Under
go on
the
there,
Bridge,
like
yeah,
it,
yeah.
follow it,
Absolutely.
share the stuff.
Yep.
If you go on Spotify, you go in there and you'll
Yep.
see we have
UNDA.
full episodes.
UNDA,
Yeah,
Under the
reason,
Bridge.
yeah. Not no
very
ER.
specific,
Yeah, very specific to the
All
area.
right. Peace out. Good night, everybody.
Later,
Thank
guys.
you. All right, later. Hey, all roads lead here.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. Your check as I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place. I wanna be first, work till it hurts. Dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts. Never waste time, you got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off, what do you like? Make a dream job, no 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me.